What up? What's going on? What's popping? It's your boy, Mr. Locario. Why is this shit not... Okay. Alright, it's on now. I think it's on now. Every time I start this shit, I always gotta wait a few seconds because it's always some other shit with this thing. But anyway, I think we are streaming live now. I'm waiting to make sure I see the fucking thing on the screen. Alright, we're good. We are good. So what's poppin', people? What's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. So today we're going to be talking about, real quick, how to stop getting played and manipulated by these chicks. You feel me? So, real quick, as usual, make sure you guys get How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day, the ebook, the hard copy, or the audio book. Okay? So make sure you guys get that. What up, Savage D Savage, Toddy Kid 15, Chris Martinez, Odemi, Vershawn Hawkins, Tim G, Trav, Kenwood Drive, Invincible Shaolin, Khalil, Jay. What's going on, people? What's going on? Oh, real quick, before I even get into to everything. So some people was asking me about the Patreon, right? So what you got to understand about the Patreon is when you join the Patreon for Mr. Locario, the Patreon is not the same as the Bad Boy membership. Okay, I got to repeat that. The Patreon is not the same as the Bad Boy membership, right? So when you join the Patreon, what you're getting is you're getting the Bad Boy show every week. And also what you're getting is once in a blue moon, I'm going to be dropping exclusive videos on the Patreon. It's going to only be on Patreon. But the exclusive videos that I drop are like maybe 10, 15-minute videos about, something. It's not the Bad Boy membership. The Bad Boy membership is the holy grail. What up, Khalid? What up, Easy Beats? What's going on? The Bad Boy membership is the holy grail. It's the thing. It's 45 to 90-minute step-by-step joints. Okay, so the Bad Boy membership is the ultimate shit. So if you're really trying to step up your game, get on the Bad Boy membership. See, it goes like this. You got the free videos on YouTube, right? That's the bottom level. Then you got the Patreon. That's the middle level. Then you got the Bad Boy membership, which is the top level. You feel what I'm saying? So that's how it goes with that. Hold on, I'm not going to take any calls yet. I gotta get into some stuff real quick. Why am I not hearing the volume on this shit? Let me make sure the volume and everything is working on my Skype real quick. Hold on. Okay, that's good. All right. Looks like everything is working. All right. Shit, what the fuck? Hold on. See, this shit is bugging the fuck out. I don't know what's going on. Hold on, people. I'm going to have to restart this. I'm going to have to restart the fucking stream. Give me 1 second. Hold on. All right. I had to restart the stream, people. So can everybody hear me? Everybody can see me? Everything's good? All right. So basically what I wanted to say, everything's good now, right? All right, cool. So yeah, basically what I want to say is that the Patreon is, Bad Boy membership, exclusive videos from time to time. Then the Bad Boy membership is the 45 through 90-minute step-by-step joints. And then you got the regular free joints on YouTube. You understand what I'm saying? So if you guys want to join the Patreon, I'm going to leave the link right here. Make sure you join the patreon.com/Mr. Locario. That is, I'm going to give you the Patreon link. That's the Patreon link if you want to join the Patreon. All right. So before we get into the calls, I don't know what's up with this volume. But before we get into calls real quick, I wanted to talk about how to stop being played and manipulated by women. Okay? How to stop being played and manipulated by women. So, the first thing you got to understand is this, and the reason why most guys get played and manipulated by women is because a lot of dudes, right? What happens is that they have normalized, getting played, or they've normalized the interactions that they have with women as, it's just supposed to be difficult. It's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be a runaround. So what happens is that since you normalize that, you end up dealing with women who end up playing that type of game with you. So when a girl talks to you and interacts with you, and she's chilling with you, and, let's say you're trying to get physical and all this other stuff with her, and she's on some, I don't know, I gotta wait, I don't really know you like that, and all this other stuff, right? And if you say, okay, cool, I'm gonna stick around. I'm gonna call you next week. I'm gonna hang out with you again, and then you're gonna be fronting again. And I'm gonna call you next week, and I'm gonna hang out with you again. And you're gonna be fronting again. And if you continue to do that, what's gonna happen is that she's gonna see that you're the type of guy she can do that with. But see, the reason why you're the type of guy that she can do that with is because you see that as normal. You understand? And so when you see that as normal, what happens is that this girl, she sees that she can manipulate you in that way, in that manner, because a girl's only going to do what she can get away with. You understand what I'm saying? So if you make it seem as if she can get away with doing that nonsense, then she's going to do that nonsense. It's really that simple. Right? And so this is how you get played, and this is how you get manipulated, because you allow yourself to get played and manipulated. So when you're dealing with a girl and you notice that she's doing shit that you don't really want to do or you don't want to participate in, right? You got to charge it to the game, or what you got to do in the, even before that happens, is that you have to set a certain precedent when you're dealing with women, right? So you have to come across in a way where she knows that she can't fuck with you in that manner. You understand? Always use the teacher analogy. When you had a teacher who was strict, you knew you couldn't go into class and fuck around. When you had a teacher that you knew was on some bullshit, you could just go into class, do whatever, throw paper around, and they're not going to do nothing to you. That's what you continue to do. You understand? So, if you do that type of shit, or you act that way when you're, or when you act a certain way when you're dealing with women, and they see that you're acting that way, then they know that they can manipulate you. They know that they can play games with you. They know that they can do this type of shit. So the way to not get played and to not be manipulated is that you first have to make sure that you're coming off in a way where you're saying, look, I'm not gonna make any, and none of this is cool with me. You understand? And you got to say that verbally, and also you have to let her know just basically with your vibe. You feel what I'm saying? So that's really what it is. So what's going on in the chat room, people? Ken, we said where's Amina? Amina, I might have Amina back on next week. I might. Oh, let me see what's up with this phone line. What's calling? Who's this?
It's Ronnie.
What up, bro? What's going on with you?
All right.
What's going on? What's popping?
Man, I just want to let you know that well, actually it's a question with a situation though, but I'm gonna go ahead and get right to it.
Right.
Yesterday I was at the Metro Rail station. I was waiting on the train, and what I did was when I was talking to I was talking to a girl, but when I started the conversation, I started something in the surroundings.
Mm-hmm.
Like what I did was I looked up and looked at the sky, and I said, I see the sky look beautiful today.
Mm-hmm.
And then she said, yeah, it is. Mm-hmm. And then I introduced myself, and then we started having a conversation.
Right.
So my question is, being perceptive, you couldn't do that by starting a conversation, right?
So you saying, can you start a conversation by being perceptive?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, well, you can't start a conversation with knowing what's going on in the situation or picking out anything in the situation. So you said something about the sky, and then you just opened with that, and then you had a conversation. So the thing is, the fact that she was receptive to what you were saying is her showing some sort of interest to actually even talk to you. So she was interested in talking to you just by being receptive to what you were saying. You see what I mean? And so a lot of times, it doesn't really even matter what you say. A lot of times, it's more so about you just saying something and seeing if the girl's receptive. When you're being indirect or direct, those are just guidelines to have something to say or to come at them a certain way. But the thing is, a girl, she'll be receptive to anything. But like you said, if you're being perceptive about what's going on and you're saying, okay, I'm noticing this, I'm noticing that, just use that, and then you could keep it going. But what happened when you kept talking to her though? What's the outcome?
No, because she wasn't that good looking,
Mm-hmm.
But I did it just to practice.
Right. Okay. That's what's up. You got to do that.
Yeah,
You got to do that sometimes.
So what I did, what I wanted to know was like, see, I learned that when you be perceptive to what's going on, you can start a conversation like that.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Whether she's feeling you or not,
mm-hmm.
you can start a conversation like that.
Right.
Like I might see that she wearing a blue dress,
mm-hmm.
and I might step to her and say, you look good in blue. I see you look good in blue.
Mm-hmm. Real shit.
And then and what I do is I see what's her own responses. I monitor her reaction and her vibe.
Mm-hmm. Nah, real shit, and that's exactly how you do it. That's exactly what you're saying. That's exactly how you do it. And that's the thing. The guys need to understand that, because what you're saying is all you're saying is that you're using something in a situation, like you see she got a blue dress on, you look good in blue, and then you're starting the conversation, and that's basically the indirect way to go. You feel what I'm saying? And because if a lot of guys, this is the thing, a lot of you guys out there, you're still scared to get rejected. You feel what I'm saying? So if you're scared to get rejected, what's good to do is, like what you're saying, is use that indirect approach. Because if you say to a girl, hey, you look good in blue, right? You're not really saying, hey, give me your number, or let's get to, you're not even saying anything for her to reject you. You understand? Now, if she ignores you, that's still a rejection, but it's not, you didn't really like ask her anything, or as far as you trying to get with her. So all that's showing is that she is not really that interested to talk to you, anyway, because you're not even trying to get with her at this point. You're just making conversation. So in that sense, it shows you that this is the girl you probably don't even need to really even bother with. Now, you could still try to talk to her and see what's up or whatever if you want to go there. You understand? But that's something that I call extra credit. That's something you do extra if you're really trying to get at her, if you want to do that, and that's cool too. But just doing that, indirect way, like you're saying, that's just a way to gauge to see if she's going to be interested in you. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So now that's good though. That's good that you getting it in though. You feel what I'm saying? You actually out there practicing, which is what you guys need to always be doing. You got to always be practicing out there when you're talking to these girls and trying to make shit happen. You see what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So I know your topic today about how to stop getting played and manipulated by women.
Right.
So I'm gonna be looking at the rest of the show and see what's going on.
All right, cool. That's what's up, bro. I appreciate the call, man.
All right.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so you guys out there, when it comes to you trying not to get played and manipulated by these women, right? You got to make sure that you're on point with your game. Because if you're not on point, it's going to be easier for you to get played and manipulated by these chicks. What's going on? What's popping? Who's this?
What's good, bro? It's cool.
What up? What's going on? Where you from?
North Carolina. Bro, we done talked at least 10 times, man. We need to get on a first name basis or something.
We talked 10 times. Dude, I be getting so many calls. I can't even
I bet.
remember who's calling, where they from. So wait, so you're cool? Is that what you said?
Yo, my real first name is Shakul, but
Okay.
you can just call me Cool. Though.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna remember you now. Okay, go ahead. And where you from again though? So I'll remember.
North Carolina.
All right, cool. So what's popping with you, man?
Yeah, so I got this weightlifting class or whatever, and in it is like 8 dudes, one chick,
Mm,
and we just started this class on Thursday, and basically in all of my classes, I have like 0 attractive females in there except for this weightlifting class, and I buddied up with this chick in there,
mm-hmm.
like at first I was a little, what I'm saying, like hesitant, but then I just started thinking of the bad boy, and I was like, all right, I
Right.
got to make this move. So I just started, making conversation, and while we was doing our workout, and still like the physical touches, like she was doing her leg workout, and I was like touching her leg, and I was like, man, you got to explode this body part, just trying to break the barrier a little bit,
Right.
see how receptive she was to the touch. And she was pretty receptive, but
Right.
what I found out towards the end of the class was she's 29 years old and I'm 20,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm trying to figure out, and like she's like 29, you can tell she's mature.
Mm,
She got like a half sleeve, so that alone tells me she's she probably has a wild side to her,
right.
and she's got like some other like tattoos like around her body, but it's nothing too crazy. Like she got the full sleeve, and she got like some on her ankle, but that's besides the point. Basically,
Right.
what I'm saying is, do you think this chick is too seasoned for me? Like she might be too advanced in the game for where I'm at right now, because like when I want to, I can be like a super mature dude. Like when I told her that I was 20,
Right.
she was like, man, I thought you were somewhere close to my age at least.
Right. Well, yeah, I think it's funny. I think I remember you called in before too, because I remember I was like, you sound old as hell. You sound like you in like your 40s or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but the thing is, if you asking would she be too advanced or too seasoned, you gotta understand that's the best type of chicks to fuck with. You understand? Because if you dealing with her, you chilling with her, whatever, you hanging out with her, you making shit happen with her. What it is that there's certain things that she could tell you. You understand? Or you could learn from interacting with her, which will step your game up. You see what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
because she might just be a little bit more well versed in certain things or dealing with certain things that you probably haven't really been around or whatever. Or you interacting with her, you just learn certain things just through the vibe that you're getting from her. So yeah, go and holler at her. It ain't nothing to see what's popping with her. You know what I mean? And if there is a situation where, let's say she got a whole bunch of shit going on that you weren't even expecting, you got to look at it as a good thing. As long as it's some positive shit, you understand what I'm saying? As long as it's something you could learn from, then that's cool, because you're just getting the experience. You feel what I'm saying? So I would say go in and see what's popping with her. You know what I mean? Go in and see what's going down and try to make something happen.
Now, with chicks around this age, because, I'm still, like, even though you said I sound like a nigga in his 40s,
Right.
like, I still kind of got, like, a young dude mentality, so to speak. But,
Right.
But I can, hold myself in mature conversation. So I just want to know what the energy, what's the best way to come at a chick the way that I just described.
Well,
Like that
the
anyways.
thing is, just like how we talking, that's all you got to do. You know what I'm saying? It ain't really anything too crazy, because the thing is, you don't want to come to the situation putting her on a pedestal in a certain sense. You understand what I'm saying? Like you should use this situation to say, okay, this chick is a little older than me. She got the tattoo. She probably got some other type of stuff going on in her life. Let me see what she's about. You feel what I mean? So it's sort of like you're sort of just inquiring to see what she's about. Now, as you're interacting with her and dealing with her, you just chill and deal with her like you would deal with any other chick. See, the trick to really getting women attracted to you just in general is that you have to treat basically all of them the same. You feel what I'm saying? Once you start, trying to differentiate, oh, she's this, she's that, I gotta come at her this way and that way. Nah, you don't do that. The only time you treat women different is when you're in different stages of the relationship. So you're gonna treat a girl that's just a fuck buddy different than you're gonna treat a girl that's your girlfriend. So it's just you understand what I'm saying? So it's different things. But just in general, when you fucking around with chicks, you just treat them all the same. Don't think you got to do anything special. Don't think you got to come at her a certain way. Don't think you got to talk to her in this, super mature type of way, or whatever. The thing is though, is that when you're dealing with girls, you got to understand that you're coming at them as you. You feel what I'm saying? And a lot of times the reason why they're interested in you is because they've been, interacting with you as you. You see what I'm saying? So you just got to be you. And then the girls that are feeling you, they're going to gravitate to that because that's who you are. Because she might, this chick, let's say you start talking to her, she might actually be feeling you based off the fact that you're young, based off the fact that you have that youthful energy, based off the fact that, you're the way that you are. So if you start trying to act all different and act all, on some other shit, she might not be feeling that because she thought you were on some other shit when she first met you or whatever it was. You see what I mean? So if you're trying to switch up because you think you're supposed to switch up because you think, I got to come at her different, that's going to mess up the whole situation. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So, just come at her just how you are right now on some regular shit. Just, see what's going on with her. Be like, yo, what you up to this weekend? We should go and hang out and do this and do that. You know what I mean? And then exchange information, trying to make something go down.
Okay.
Yeah, just see what's wrong with that.
Yeah, one last thing. So, now with me not, having what she more than likely has at this point in life stages, like I'm staying with my peoples right now, but I do got my own whip.
Right.
Like, is that? Do you usually like people or dudes in my situation trying get at chicks? Does it make much of a difference, or is it going to just depend on the girl?
It just all depends on the chick. You know what I mean? Because when I was your age, I was dating chicks in their 30s. You feel what I'm saying? And I was living at home with my mother and all of that stuff, so I would just go to their spot. I would just be hanging out with them, doing shit, on their end as far as like going to their house and all the other stuff. You see what I mean? So again, it all depends on the chick, because I've dealt with girls who, when I was your age, they were older, and then they would be like, "Oh, you too young, this and this and that," and it was like, "All right, whatever." You know what I'm saying? So it just didn't work out for those chicks. But it all depends on the girl. So again, you just gotta put yourself out there and say, okay, this is what it is. This is what I'm trying to get at you, and then you have her choose based off of what you're presenting to her, which is you. You see what I mean? And so that's how you do it. That's how you do it. You feel what I mean?
Right. And I'm gonna tell you one last thing. I know it's just said that was the last thing, but these are two things that she actually said in the interaction, and what you being where you're at today. I just want you to tell me if these were a sign. I looked at this in the video, like how you said, like, guys always miss signs. I just want you to tell me if you think that these were signs that she sent me. Like, first, like I told you, I was, breaking the touch barrier with her. And I basically, like flagged her on her calf muscles, and I was like, you got to explode this muscle. Like, you got to really squeeze it. And after she finished her set, she stood up, and she was like, yeah, I got to get these muscles right so I can look cute in these little shorts or something. And then after that, she was basically like wanting me to take the lead. Like, she was saying, okay, so what do you want to do next? What exercise do you want to do next? And stuff like that.
Right. Now that's good. The fact that she's interacting with you like that, you just need to be the one to move that conversation along and try to, because see, whenever you're talking to chicks or whatever, right, and they're saying stuff, you got to pay attention to what they're saying, what they're doing, how they're moving, their body language and all that, because all the stuff that you need to do and say is going to come from their reactions. You understand? So if she says something like, let's move this body part or whatever, you can make a sexual innuendo joke about that or whatever and just see her reaction off of that. You see what I mean? So then you start getting into flirting just by using what's happening in the situation. You see what I mean? So a lot of times, you got to get used to like sort of going back and forth with a chick to see her reactions to you and to see how she's feeling about the situation. You see what I mean? Because a lot of times what's going to happen is that her reactions to what you're saying is going to tell you how interested she is in you or not, even before you even really try to go in. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So you just got to keep talking to her, flirt with her.
Hello?
Now go ahead. What you saying?
Yeah, I was just gonna say. So it pretty much doesn't matter what type of sexual. Because my thing is, like, I want to say these things, but in my brain, I'm like, nah, that might sound a little creepy, a little weird.
But see, but that's why it's going to sound creepy and weird, because you're thinking it's going to sound creepy and weird. See, if you think it's gonna sound creepy and weird, it's gonna sound creepy and weird. You feel what I'm saying? Because you coming off thinking it's gonna sound that way. You see what I mean? I had a video years ago where I titled it. I think it's still on YouTube. It might still be on my channel. I'm not sure if it was on my old channel, but I had a video years ago that was titled "Let Her Say No." And basically, what I meant in that video is that you gotta let the girl reject you. You gotta let the girl say no. You gotta let the girl say, "Hey, I'm not feeling this." The problem is a lot of guys, what they do is that they say no for the girl. So that's exactly what you just said. You said that might sound creepy. She didn't say that. You said that. You said it in your mind that you think it's gonna be creepy. So let her think it's creepy. Say the shit and let her think it's creepy. You see what I'm saying? Let her be the one to say it, because you don't know, because you might say it and she's gonna like it, but you don't know. You see what I'm saying? And so that's the thing. You got to stop being scared of a chick, because this is the thing. A chick is only gonna think something's creepy if she's not feeling you. So even if she think it's creepy, that's good, because then that's telling you she ain't feeling you. You see what I'm saying? So that's what you got to understand. So don't worry about, oh, she's gonna think it's creepy. She's gonna if she's feeling you. This is why, like, you could say the corniest shit and a chick will laugh her ass off if she likes you. You see what I'm saying? It's all about if they feeling you or not. So don't worry about all that other shit. You see what I mean? So you know.
Okay, I got you.
You feel me? Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I appreciate your call, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate you, bro. You take it down.
Definitely. All right, peace. But yeah, you guys gotta stop being scared to talk to these chicks, man. You gotta stop being scared. Yo, what's going on? Who's calling?
What's good, man? It's KC. I'm from LA.
What up, bro? What's going on with you?
Man, I got like 2 situations I need your input on.
All right, go ahead. What's popping?
So, I'm 24. I met this chick at my job. She don't work at my job, but work in the same building.
Right.
So I cracked her in the elevator. She's 31. I didn't even know. She looks like my age. So
right.
Anyway, long story short, that same day, I hooked it up. I was like, let's go to lunch.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, yeah, all right, I'm down. So we chilling at lunch and shit like that. She was trying to friend zone me because I'm younger than her.
Right.
And I was like, kill it. You feel me? Nah, I ain't trying to be your friend.
Right.
And, I just started flirting with her and shit like that, and everything went cool. So later on that day, I set up a date for that weekend, Saturday night.
Right.
We go to this bar, and we chilling, you feel me? She was, like, kind of being resistant on, like, kissing and doing all that.
Right.
But eventually I made it happen. And, during the day, she was telling me I was confident, and, I told her, I asked her, like, have you ever made anybody like me before? And she was like, nah, you, and, I was just spitting my game, just talking shit.
Right.
And, so, everything went cool, and then I was trying to proposition it to go back to her crib, because she didn't stay too far from the bar.
Right.
But she wasn't having it, because she had to be somewhere early in the morning. So, a couple of days go by, I hit her up. This was Wednesday. Wednesday.
Right.
I hit her up like, yo, I texted her, and then I happened to see her walking by where I was eating. So I was like, yo, come here. And then I was like, yo, what's up? What you got planned for tonight? And then she was like, oh, I'm about to go to the gym or whatever. I was like, what you doing after that? And she was like,
they saying, hold on. They saying in the chat room that you making a short story long, so they saying you got to get to the point, bro.
all right, I'm gonna get to the point. So anyway, so I tried to set it up, and she ended up texting me and was like, to be honest with you, I am really attracted to you and blah blah blah, but
right.
I just can't get over the fact that you're 24.
Oh, see.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, we kissing, making out, doing everything, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Right.
And I was trying to figure out, like, what did I do wrong?
You ain't do shit wrong. This is what you got to do. You just got to soft charge her ass. Meaning, tell her, look, we know we both attracted to each other. You understand? We both mature adults. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave it in your hands. So I'm gonna say, look, you say to her, look, you got my number. think about me, and when you come to your senses, give me a call, and that's it, and just leave it at that. That's all you got to do.
That's basically what I did. But
Right.
I've been having the same situation with, older women in their 30s. I thought in their 30s, they wouldn't be on that bullshit.
Right. Oh no, they'll still be on that bullshit. They'll still be, and also too, you gotta understand the fact that you're younger, right? There's a lot of things that sort of go along with that thought process. Meaning, she could be thinking, oh well, you're younger, so you're gonna be fucking around with all these other girls, and I'm gonna get jealous, and I ain't really got, so she's thinking about that. Also, since
she's bad though. That's what
it don't matter if she bad, dude.
Okay.
If she bad, that don't mean nothing. Bad chicks are insecure. Bad chicks, they just like every other chick. You feel what I'm saying? They still gonna have all those goofy things that like every other chick. So she's gonna think, oh, okay, well this nigga gonna be fucking around with a whole bunch of other girls. Or let's say she's thinking like, well, she's in her 30s. She's probably like, well, maybe I want a boyfriend and settle down, and he's too young. You see what I mean? So they think about all of these different things. The problem with when you're dealing with women sometimes is that men generally think more in the moment. Women they're thinking like later down the line. You see what I'm saying? So they'll make a decision now based off of what they're thinking later on down the line. So they're like, oh, later on down the line, this motherfucker ain't gonna be with me, so I ain't gonna fuck with him now. Like I'm not gonna waste my time. That's how they think. So the thing
I'm gonna tell you something funny. Can I
Right.
tell you something funny that happened? That I just remembered. She
Right.
was like, because before, she was, I'm telling you, she was kind of being resistant on kissing.
Mhm.
And I was like, I asked her, like, so if I was 31 right now, would you kiss me? She said, hell yeah.
Right.
And then as I was kissing her and everything, she was like, this is scary, and this and that, and I'm bad. And shit like that.
Right,
I'm
exactly.
like,
That's what I'm
"Fuck."
saying. She thinking of all that shit. This is what I'm trying to say. So when you dealing with with those chicks, that's how they gonna be. So the thing is, like I'm saying, you got it. Like you say, you just got to soft charger, because what you want to happen is either one or two things. Either she's gonna keep it moving because she's gonna be like, oh, he's too young and blah blah blah, whatever. Or what's gonna happen is that she's going to start dating other dudes, and when she realizes that these other guys is on some bullshit, if she runs into a whole bunch of knuckleheads, that's usually when the chicks call you back. So sometimes you gotta charge them to give them that space to have that experience to deal with other niggas, so that she can see, oh damn, look, I just fucked up. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So
right.
So is that type of shit, man. But yo, listen, I gotta get a few more calls because motherfuckers is calling in like crazy. You feel me?
Okay.
So I'm gonna
All
have
right,
you in a
man.
second, bro.
Appreciate that advice, though.
All right, bro. All right,
All right, thank
peace.
you.
Crazy. All right, hold on, Mike. Mike, call back up. I'll pick up. Call back up right now, because y'all be calling in too much. So there'll be a lot of dudes calling. I can't get to everybody. You feel me? What up, Femd? What's going on? Full Life Deep One was popping. I'm waiting for Mike Segura to call up. I'm waiting for Mike to call up. But yeah, man, these chicks be thinking about a whole bunch of extra shit, and this is why it's hard to get shit going with some of them, because they're not thinking in that type of way that you are thinking as a dude. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the shit that happens when you're fucking with these girls sometimes. You feel me? So what's going on in the chat room? Like Squad CEO, what's going on, bro? So there's a lot of things that Ms. Locario don't talk about that I post. What are you talking about? You posting a lot of funny comments and shit is hilarious. But yeah, when he's talking about, real quick, again with the whole chicks playing you and manipulating you, right? You got to understand that. Hold on, I'm going to take a call in a second. I just want to make a real quick point. You got to understand that, a lot of these chicks know that they're playing you and manipulating you. They know this. So don't think that they're oblivious. They're just, being some, fucking, on some like, oh, I didn't know type of shit. No, they know they're doing this. And they know that they can do it to you like I was saying earlier, based off of how you're coming at them. Because let's say if you're in a club, right, or the bar, and let's say you buy a chick a drink, you just go up to a girl, hey, can I buy you a drink, girl? What's up? Blah blah blah. You buying her that drink to try to talk to her. She knows now that she can play and manipulate you because of how you're coming at her just to talk to her. You understand? So she sees that, oh, this guy, he's gonna just buy me shit. He don't even know me. He's gonna buy me shit. Now, you have some girls who are used to that type of thought process, and they're gonna just take it or whatever. But most girls are gonna know they can manipulate you. But let me take this call. What's poppin'? Who's this?
Man, this is Mike Gates from Chicago. What's good?
What's going on? What's poppin' with you?
Man, it's getting cold and shit, man.
I
All
feel
these
you.
females are hibernating out here.
I feel you. What's going on with you?
Shit, man, I'm using this game and I reversed the whole game on this female. Check this out.
All right.
She's like, how the fuck do I go from you asking me for sex? I flipped her so much that she asks me for sex now.
Right. Okay. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah. I be, using the little push away method, like, nah, you can't get nothing today, nah.
Right.
I'm
right.
good,
You being stingy. You being stingy with the dick. That's what's going on.
Yeah. Man, yeah, she's even like, I don't know what the fuck you did to me, but how the fuck do I go ask you for dick now?
Right. I mean, that's good though. That's good. That's the best position to be in, because now you got the girl chasing you, and you got the girl sweating you. You feel what I mean? Which is how it's supposed to be. Which is how it's easier, in that fashion. You see what I mean?
Right.
Because
I used to deal with her a couple years ago, and I used to be a fucking goofy.
Right.
Well, since I started learning the game, I flipped the whole script, and she's like, "Damn, what the fuck happened to you?" I said, "Well, shit, the mother females turned me into what I am, but shit, I learned as I grew."
Right. Nah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. So what's up with this girl now? What you doing with her now? Like, how long y'all been fucking around?
Oh, man, well, remember I told you I caught a little DUI and shit, so, she's mobile, so she comes and lets me hit, but she's getting a little bit too clingy. But I told her, look, man, I don't want to be in no relationship. You're going to have to accept the fact that I want you.
Right.
And possibly more females.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get her to pick out females for me. She's a pretty little female.
So you say you trying to get her to pick out chicks for you?
Yeah.
That's what's up. See you getting this. See, this is what I'm talking about. I love this shit like this, man, because that's the thing that you got a chick that's fucking with you, and you telling her, hey, look, I'm gonna be fucking with other girls too, and you need to pick out some females for me. That's what's up. Because this is the thing, when you get to that point, see, this is the shit. This is the point where a woman sees how valuable you are. She just wants to be a part of your program. She just wants to be with you. She's like, fuck that. I want to be with you. Do what you got to do, but as long as I'm with you. You see what I'm saying? That's what they thinking.
Right.
You see what I mean?
Teaching her about, she got one kid. No, she got two kids, so, I've been teaching her about, Umar Johnson, so I'm upgrading her as she's, rolling with me.
Right.
So when I'm on, you know what I mean?
Right. Nah, that's cool, though. That's cool. That's what's up. Yeah, keep that shit going, man. Keep that shit going, especially when you got a chick like that, you got to make sure that, you keep her on the team. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, man.
She's a little clingy, but I be having to put her ass on a schedule. Like, man, listen, I don't want you texting me
right
all day, all night. You just text me from fucking 3 o'clock to 7, and you let me know what you want to do.
Right.
As a matter of fact, don't even tell me what you want to do. Just let me know I'm available, because I'm gonna set the date up. I'm gonna manage the whole situation.
Right. Exactly. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. And the thing is, it's gonna run smooth. The fact if you're managing the situation how you're supposed to do it, things are gonna run smooth. And that's what I try to tell these guys out here is that a lot of dudes, they hit me up and they're like, yo, this girl, she doing this and she acting this way and she getting mad because I didn't take relationship intact with whoever you dealing with. You feel what I mean? So And I'm reading, the 40 laws of power. It tells you, give
make people think they got options. So I'll be like, you
Right.
want pizza or tacos? But at the end of the day, those are the same two things that I want. But
Exactly.
she's making a choice.
Exactly. See, you know, you understand the game. You understand what's going on. You understand what the deal is.
Hey, but remember I told you I caught that PY when that little chick was like, "Oh, let's drink." Nah, hell no.
Right.
I'll never again let a female take shit because they're clueless of what the fuck they need to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Nah, it's real. It's good that you. You know, I said it's good that you learned from your mistakes. That's what's popping with it. You know, you understand what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, man! I rode a fucking tricycle for 6 months and shit, but I was still pulling females.
Mm-hmm. Right. That's
But
what's up.
shit, man. Hey, much love though for Chicago, though, man.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you calling in, bro.
Hey, when you coming out though, road trip?
Shit, I need to.
What's the spot for you?
I feel you. Next year, I'm gonna be traveling out a little more. I got to get all my shit straight, and then I'm gonna be out. You feel what I'm saying? So I'll let you guys know when I'm gonna be in a city, you know, where all you guys are at. You feel what I'm saying?
We'll get a safe spot for you. You know what I'm saying? I know, you know, people they fear to come to Chicago and shit, but you know,
Right.
we'll make something work for you.
I feel you. All right, bro. I'm gonna holler at you, man.
All right, man. Peace.
All right, peace. Later. All right. Hold on. Let me see who's this. Yo, what's going on? Who's this?
Yo, Mr. Locario, what up, man?
What up, bro? What's going on with you?
Man, chilling, you know what I mean? It's your boy Anthony, though.
Where you
Hey,
from?
I'm gonna make
Where
this
you
quick because
from?
I know you got callers, like people calling up.
Hold on. Where you from?
So,
Where you from?
I'm from Toronto. I called
Toronto.
before.
Okay, that's what's up. What's going on with you?
Alright, I'm gonna make this real quick though. Alright, so at my college, right, I met this one chick.
Mm.
She was walking, she was going home, right?
Right.
So I approached her and we talked for like a good, 5 minutes, and then I asked her for a phone number.
Right.
And then, afterwards, she left. So I texted her, and I was like, hey, this is Anthony. Just want to make sure you got my number.
Mm.
So she never replied.
Mm.
So 2 days later, I'm like, okay, she hasn't replied. But I'm not focusing on just one chick. So I said, you know what, let me call her up. I call her on the phone,
Mm.
and then we started talking and stuff like that. She was like, I asked her, is she busy or whatever? She's like, I'm not too busy. And I'm like, okay. So I try to text her, and I'll be like, you know what, I'm going to call back in another few hours then or the next day. And she's like, no, I want to talk.
Mm.
So I said, cool. So we talked for like 15 minutes, and then afterwards I dipped. So I texted her. I'm like, yo, when can we make something happen? I asked her that over the phone. She said, we'll see what could happen, I'll see. So I texted her a week later. She never texted back talking about out of the blue, how old are you? And I was like, I'm 22.
Right.
And then she was like, okay, never mind. And I was like, what the fuck was that all about? And she's like, never mind. So pretty much my situation is, I felt like, yo, this chick is pretty much older than me. I never asked her age.
Right.
But, what should I do? Because she pretty much said, never mind.
Mm.
And fucking, I'm trying to date this chick. And then I saw her at the gym 2 days ago, too. We encountered each other. We met, and then, we didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing to her. I just was working out, and she was staring at me when I was working out, I had my do-rag on and a fucking wife beater, sweating, looking good, whatever.
Right.
I saw her looking, but she never said anything to me.
Mm. Right.
So, I don't know.
Well,
what should I do?
This is the thing. The issue is this, and this is for any of you guys listening out there, when you're trying to set up dates and you're dealing with girls and all this other stuff, you have to make sure, right?
Yeah.
You have to make sure that when you're interacting with these women, you are the one who is controlling the direction of how the conversation's going. So the thing was that when you were talking to her or texting her or whatever, you were leaving things too open-ended. You understand? And you were like when you were first talking to her or when you first got her on that phone or whatever for that 15 minutes, you should have set the date right there. You see what I'm saying? You should have been like, yo, this Friday I'm free from this time. What are you doing Friday night? You free too? Okay, cool. Let's meet here. You understand? Now, if you say to her, hey, are you free Friday? Let's get together Friday. And she's like, oh, I'm not sure. I don't really know. Okay, cool. Well, hit me back. Check your schedule. and hit me back in 2 hours, or later tonight at this time. You see what I'm saying? And then so if she doesn't hit you back, or if she doesn't comply with what you're saying to do, right? You basically soft charge her, meaning you don't text her or call her or whatever. You see what I'm saying? You go about your day, you do what you got to do. You understand what I'm saying? And then so at this point, you should only give her one more chance. Meaning you don't text her or call her. If she doesn't text you or call you or anything, you hit her up one more time, maybe later the next week, and try to set up another date again. You see what I'm saying? Now, if he doesn't set the date up, or if she gives you the runaround or whatever, then you charge your ass to the game, and then you just keep that shit pushing. Now, in the event, because you said you've seen her, you've seen her at the gym and all this other stuff, right? So, and this is for any of you guys, if you try to get with a girl and then you end up still seeing her, you feel what I mean? Because this happens a lot, where you try to get with a chick and you're like, oh, but I'm going to see her at school, I'm going to see her at the gym, whatever. When you see her again, and this is for next time when you see her again, when you see her again, right, just go up to her like any other day you would go up to a chick or whatever, and just be like, yo, what's up? How you doing? You understand? Just have a regular conversation. Don't bring up anything about y'all getting together. Don't bring up anything about the calls or anything like that. Don't bring up shit. It's just you just talking to her like she's any other person, right? So you say, yo, how you doing? How's it going? Oh, cool, blah, blah, blah. All right, cool. Well, I'll talk to you later. I'm about to go get this workout in. Then you go do your workout, whatever. The next time you see her at the gym, oh, what's good? How you been? Oh, cool, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to get this workout in. So now what's going to happen is if the chick has any sort of interest in you, she's going to bring something up. She's going to be like, oh, so what's up? And, how come I haven't heard from you? Or what are you doing this week? Like, she's going to try to bring something up. You see what I'm saying? Now, if she brings something up at that point, if she tries to get into that zone, you understand what I'm saying? Then at that point, you could try to set something up. You see what I'm saying? If she's bringing it up like she wants to make something happen. You see what I mean? But other than that, you just keep that shit pushing. But go ahead, what you gonna say?
But yeah, I was gonna say when she found out my age, I said I was 22. I think she probably was, she probably just hit 30 or whatever, and she pretty much looking to settle down. She ain't looking to have fun or whatever.
Right, and that could be it too.
I feel like.
Yeah, that could be it too. You see what I'm saying? But see, that's the thing where, and this is why I'm saying that, when you first start talking to a girl to get her number, her information, you got to make sure that you try to set something up quickly and fast, because it'd be better for her to find that out sooner. Like, let's say the first time you text her or you talked on the phone, she realized, oh, you're 22 and you're too young for me, and then it would have been done. You see what I'm saying? So then it would have just been over, and you could have kept it moving. But then it was this prolonged thing, and then after all of that shit, she's still like, oh, how old are you? Blah, blah. You see what I'm saying? So it took a while for it to get to that point when you could have got to that point earlier. And so what I'm saying is that you got to make sure that you get to the point faster and set the dates up as soon as you can, and don't leave. Try your best to not leave anything open ended for her to have to think too much. It's almost like you're just orchestrating and planning and leading the whole interaction. So you get her information, you text her, hey, what's up? What you doing this weekend? Are you free? Oh, you free? Cool. Let's meet up this day. Boom. You set the date. You set the definite date. And you go on it. If she's giving you the runaround, because this time, so you're gonna set up a date or try to set up a date, and the chick's gonna be like, she'll say, you'll be like, let's get together Friday. She'll be like, oh, cool. Yeah, Friday sounds good, right? And you say, okay, cool. I'll see you Friday. And then she'll say some dumb shit like, oh, can I call you on Friday to make sure? You understand? So she's still iffy about the shit. You feel what I'm saying? So the thing is, in that situation, you tell her, listen, if you're not free on Friday, or you're not free on Friday, cool, let me know. We'll do it another time. But I need to know, are you free Friday? You understand what I'm saying? And have her set that definite time. You see what I mean? So you got to make sure you're on top of their ass as soon as possible, and then if they on some bullshit, you charge them. Is that simple? So you don't got to worry about going back and forth, texting her, waiting 2 weeks, waiting another 3 weeks. You see what I'm saying? So that's all you got to do.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Most likely, I'm gonna charge it to the game because I ain't got no time to waste. But
Right.
I got one more thing.
Go ahead.
It's this long story, but I'm gonna keep it real short, you know, because I know you got other colleagues. But okay, so I met this one other chick, right? She's from London or whatever. You know, I saw her. I like her body. You know, I approached her and I started talking to her.
Right.
But once we started talking, to cut it short, we got to a point where, you know, I'm like, yo, what you doing? Like, we should hang out this weekend, like Saturday, 7 o'clock. And she's like, you know what? I want to hang out with you, but I got to put you to next week. She was being brutally honest with me because she was like seeing this one dude. She got to go on a date with him, right? And she was like, you don't even got to worry because he might even flake on me. She got dudes be flaking on her, she was telling me, right? And I was like, all right, cool. So afterwards, you know, that passed and she never hit me up. And I hit her up and I'm like, so what's up? And she's like, look, Anthony, I didn't want to tell you this through text, but remember the dude I was telling you about that I was going to go on a date with him? Yeah, we are now in a relationship. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, that quick? So I was like, all right, cool. So then afterwards, I noticed, like, you know, she would hit me up and try to invite me to, she was like, yo, I'm downtown with a couple of friends. Do you want to come along? And I'm like, nope, I don't want to come along because you put me in the friend zone.
Right.
And then a week later, she hit me up. Oh, I'm going to be going to a cruise. Do you want to come along?
What?
I said no. But, hey, if you want to make something happen just between us, hit me up.
Right.
It got to be just between us. You know what I mean? So, she put me in the friend zone, but should I charge her completely to the game, erase her numbers, and don't even answer her text no more?
Right.
Or what should I do? Like, leave it to the side in case when she's done with this dude? And then
Right, yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Because I'm messing with other chicks.
Right. You
know?
could leave her to the side. Like, put on this, you know, have her as your plan Z. And did you ask her when she was asking you about all this come on a cruise with me shit? Did you ask her is she still fucking with the dude?
See, the thing is, she at my college, right? So I see her with this new dude.
Okay.
They be hanging around like a lot, you know, like.
Right. Oh, so you see her with the guy? Okay.
And I was like, all right, that's the dude.
Right, because that's kind of weird that she's asking you to go on a damn cruise with you, and she got a boyfriend now or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because she was like, you know, because you a really cool dude. She was sending me a text like, you a really cool dude, and I would like to have you in my life some way, somehow.
Nigga,
so
she got you, nigga, she got you on standby, son.
And keep me on the side, you know?
She got you on standby. That's all that is. She's trying to, because
Pretty
she like
much,
you.
that's what I'm saying.
She like you, but she don't want to.
That's what I'm saying.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. So all you need to do, just keep her on the side, but don't hang out with her. You feel what I'm saying? Don't hang out with her. Yeah. Don't chill with her. Don't do shit with her. You feel what I'm saying? Once she hits you back to, you know, if let's say her and the dude not fucking around, then once she hits you back, then you fuck with her, but just fuck with her on some jump off shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Word.
Like, don't be cupcaking with her and all the other shit. You see what I'm saying? Because she has you in second place. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now if she want to get back in the mix, cool. We could chill. We could hang out after you stop fucking with this dude. Yeah, we can hang out. But guess what? You just gonna get this dick. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's what you see what I mean. Like don't. Keep her around and then just have
like,
her as a fuck.
I give chicks one chance just to be wifey, but if they fuck it up,
right,
then it's just gonna be just about hookup. You know
right.
What I mean?
Exactly. So that's what you got to do. That's all you got to do. Yeah, keep in the mix. You know, if she texts you or whatever, you understand what I'm saying. You don't got to necessarily like be rude to her or ignore her all the way. But don't be going to no cruises. Don't be going to parties with her. Don't be hanging out with her and her friends. None of that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't do none of that shit. You just chill. Do you? In fact, if she's trying to be on some come hang out with my friends, be like, send me a picture of one of your friends, so you know, and try to holler at a friend or something. You know what I mean? Like, do shit like that.
That's smart.
You know what I mean? Like that type of shit. Like, okay, we're gonna be friends, cause I'm gonna be fucking your friends, and that's how we gonna be friends. Cause you know, but other than that, don't be indulging in her. She's just trying to keep you on the sidelines. You know what I'm saying? So when this nigga fuck up, because remember, she said that she thought the dude was gonna flake on her. You feel what I'm saying? So in somewhere in her mind, she's not really sure about this guy, and or the guy she's fucking with is not necessarily feeling her like that to the point where he's probably just got her around just to, you know, fuck with her a little bit, but he's not all the way in. or he's not feeling her that much. So this is why she got that vibe of, oh, he might flake, he might bounce, he might dump me. So if that's the case, she's like, okay, well, you know what I mean? Let me keep you around just in case this shit don't go down the way I expect it. You feel what I mean? So yeah, so
I ain't even gonna lie to you. I kind of do that with some other chick that's I'm not really into no more.
Mm-hmm.
But I learned not to really close the door in people's face,
right?
And just keep it just a little bit open, just in case they come back.
Exactly.
But I'm not gonna dwell on them. I ain't gonna wait on them.
Right.
On. But if they want to come through, yo, I'm here. What's up?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
No, real shit. That's how you got to do it. That's how you play the game. You feel me? But yeah, that's pretty much all you got to do, man. Just keep on the side, and then if she not fucking with the dude no more, then you just keep that shit pushing and make it happen. All right.
Hey, yeah, Mr. Locario, I'm gonna keep dropping them good posts though. You already know, Life Squad _
Oh, all right, that's what's up. Yeah, you be dropping some funny ass shit, bro.
yeah. All right, man. It was good talking to you, man. Thank you.
All right, well, holla at you, man. Peace.
All right, peace.
Yeah, man, that's my dude, Like Squad. He be coming with the funny ass comments on the videos. Them shits be hilarious, man. So we got in the building. We got Dude What 212 up in the place. 3 Kings, Paul, Sambula, Jay, Femdi in the house, Chris G. What's good, people, man? It's crazy. All right, let me see who's this. Yo, what's going on? Who's this?
What's good with you? This is Infinite Ism out of Oakland.
What up, bro? What's going on with you?
What's good? Everything cool, man. Hey, so look, I got a little quick story for you. Basically, the other day I kicked it with this female off of Tinder.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? And I'll be real, because on Tinder a lot of these bitches don't be looking like they pictures.
Right, exactly.
But her pictures was cool. When she was on there, I'm like, she got like 5 or 6 pictures where she all look similar. So when I met her in person, I was like, damn, the bitch looked like the pictures. So I was all cool with that or whatever.
Right.
And we met at a bar, drunk or whatever. The vibe was cool and everything. But thankfully, I guess, it wasn't that much places where we could sit down at. We was just standing. The bar was all packed or whatever. So I was like, look, just get out of here and just walk around or whatever. So we walked outside the bar and shit like that, and we filling up or whatever, and the vibe was cool and everything. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna take this bitch to the house, because I didn't stay too far from the bar or whatever.
Right.
And so she was with it and everything, and when I the cooperation with that, at 100, everything, like the whole week when we was texting and everything, she was real cooperative, real responsive, and all that. So, when we came to the house or whatever, I'm like, all right, let me take this bitch to the living room. And, at first, let me just, before I take it to the room, let me just, just stir things up, since I didn't have too much of a chance at the bar.
Right.
And then she, right when we got to the house, she was like, she made herself into my room or whatever. She was like, yeah, where's your room at? And shit, I was like, oh, hell yeah. I was like, oh, yeah. I was like, yeah, my room over here.
Right.
And shit like that. So I went to the bathroom and shit, and by the time I came back to the room, this bitch was on my bed and shit like that, and I'm like, okay, back in my head, I'm like, yep, new pussy for me.
Right.
You know me? I'm just, I'm playing it smooth and shit like that.
Right.
And then she was like, yeah, it's cold. Can I get under your blanket? And I was like, oh, most definitely you can. Go ahead. Just you under my blanket and shit. So now I'm getting comfortable. I'm taking my shit off.
Right.
And then when we got in bed and shit, I'm filling up on her, I'm kissing up. She was responsive and all that.
Right.
I'm sucking on the titties and shit like that. And right when I get to the pussy, man, the bitch just smacked my hand.
Oh, come on, bro. Oh, come on, man.
So I'm like, and I've had that happen before, so I never talk, I never like to respond vocally. I just try to work around it, so, I try to, make other moves and shit like that.
They saying in the chat room. They saying in the chat room. They saying she was probably a dude.
Nah.
Oh shit! God damn it.
Nah. But it's funny because right when I she would let me fill up. She had little leggings on, so she would let me fill up on her. So I could, I was playing out from the outside, but as soon as I was trying to take off her pants, she'd be smack my hand.
Right.
So after the first couple of times, I played it smooth. I'm sitting back watching TV and shit. Then she jumped right back on me and shit. So I'm like, okay. So I'm thinking, I'm like, oh, this bitch probably on it again.
Right.
So I'm trying to make my move again, and this bitch did the same thing. Like,
she would have had to bounce at that. I was like, look, get out of here.
That's what I was talking to my partner. Would you do that next time? Just just get out of here fast.
Yeah. See, the thing with me, I would have kicked out the first time. Truthfully, like, because at this point I don't play that shit at all. Be like on some real shit, dude. These chicks out here, nigga, you don't want to be in a situation where she could even fix her mouth to act like, you know, you did something that you didn't. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you ain't trying to be in that situation. So my thing is, you know, I usually, like, if that happens, I basically tell her, like, look, you know, it seemed like you ain't really trying to do nothing, so we could do this another time. Put it on you. I start putting on my clothes, like, yo, put your clothes on, whatever. You see what I'm saying? Just straight up, and it's not an easy thing to do, because you're like, damn, like, we right here, what's good? You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that, you know, you could still try to get it, but I don't recommend it. You feel what I'm saying? I don't recommend it. And I'm so serious about this, you guys. Yo, when you fucking with a chick, there should be none of this like, oh, I don't know, her pushing you away. No, she should be actually wanting to do it with you, to the point where you're not even like trying to fuck it. Like, it's almost like she's all over you more than you're all over her. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So that type of
shit.
Yeah. You feel what I mean? Because I've been in situations where I remember I was on a date with this chick, and some chick I met off of Tinder. We got some drinks, and we went back to her spot. But the thing was, she had a roommate, and for some reason, her roommate is like, you know, a hater, and she don't really like people over the house, and yada yada yada. So her roommate was gone for a little while. So we get into the spot, and her roommate texted her and was like, "Hey, where you at? I'm gonna be home in like 20 minutes." So she saw that, she was like, "Oh shit, we gotta hurry up." So we get into the room. This chick is like unbuckling my pants, taking her shit off, throwing me on the fucking bed, jumping on, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's the one going in. You feel what I'm saying? So it ain't nothing where I had to fucking try to do nothing. There wasn't no hesitation. It wasn't, you understand what I'm saying? Like, she was like, "Look, I want this to happen. Let's make it happen. Boom, bam, and let's do it." You feel what I mean? And so you got to be with a chick who's, you know, either while you're trying to make something happen with her, she's not stopping you in any form or fashion, or, which is the better situation, is that she's on top of you so much that she's really trying to make the shit go down. You see what I'm saying? So
I hear you 100%. I remember you had a video where you were saying, like, when you try to create like a sexual desire with a female, like, if you on a level 6, she should be on a level 8.
Right.
And I agree with you, because, you know, anything other than that, damn near, she could say, like, you kind of enforce yourself.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm right. You see what I mean? And you don't want none of that shit. You don't want none of that shit. No, that's what I'm saying. And you don't want none of those problems. You see what I'm saying? Because
I agree with you. Right. I agree with you 100%. And that's why when she got in the bed and shit, I'm like, okay,
right? Because up until that point,
comfortable getting in your bed and putting the blanket on.
Right, because up until that point, it seemed like she was down. You see what I'm saying? It seemed like she was down, and then all of a sudden,
obviously she comfortable. We fucking so. So I got in the bed, whatever, and then, you know, when I was kissing up on her, she was real responsive. She kissing back, grabbing up on me, taking off my shirt and shit like that. I'm like, okay,
right.
I'll be over here fucking and shit. And then when I take off her pants, she was like, she smacked it. And, you know, I ain't going front, like, I'll just be like, you know, I've done it before where, you know, female in the middle of, you know, fucking, but like, I don't know what you're doing. We ain't fucking.
Right.
But, you know, I just worked around it and we ended up fucking anyway.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
But in this case right here, so, you know, when she smacked my hand or whatever, I was like, okay. So I went back. And then she wasn't responsible. I was like, "Fuck it." So I was just chilling and shit. And I didn't come off like mad or nothing. You know, I was just watching TV, just being chill.
Right.
And when she jumped back on me, I was like, oh, "Okay." And shit. So she jumped back on me and shit. And then from there, it's funny. What I fucked up is, after all that, I still let her stay over for a minute too.
Oh wow! See, I'd have been like, "Yo, like, you gotta bounce. You gotta get the fuck out." Like,
yeah, I was thinking, my dumb ass was thinking with the wrong head. I was thinking I was gonna fuck still. I was like, you know what? Let me, you know, sit back for a minute. This bitch might come back to
right.
It might be fucking. But now I agree with you. So next time, just be like, hey, you feel me? You don't seem like you over here trying to have a cool time. Let's keep it moving.
Right. And the thing is too, what you got to understand is this, is that a woman, sometimes what she's trying to do is she's trying to get as much attention and validation as she can without having to do anything else. You understand? Without having to give anything. It's like a person who, when they have free samples at a fucking store, and they have the person outside giving you the free samples, and you got that one motherfucker that take a sample, then be like, oh, let me get another one for my friend. Then they come back and take a sample, and it's like, yo, my nigga, go in there and buy something. My nigga, stop playing. You feel what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck you doing? That's what chicks are doing sometimes, where they'll be with you, kissing you, doing all the other stuff, and then they're gonna smack your hand away or act this way because they want the attention that goes along with being with a man that's gonna really go in like that, but they don't want to go all the way in. So they could say like, oh, he gave me all this attention and I didn't have to fuck him. You see what I mean? And that's the thing that they want to feel like, oh, I did all this without having to give up any pussy. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like, hell no. So once you see that she's not trying to give up any pussy or she's not trying to have sex with you, then okay, cool. You know what? Yeah, we're gonna have to keep it moving because it's done. It's over because you don't want her to feel like she's just getting over on all this attention. You feel what I mean? You want to cut that shit off at the right there and be like, well, look, we gonna have to keep this shit moving. You see what I mean? And that's it.
Nah, I feel you. So for the next time, because she was talking about kicking it next weekend, so I was just gonna line up something where, but you saying that you suggest I shouldn't even do it, but I was thinking about just having to just come over straight over and we just try to fuck, and if not, just keep it pushing. Right,
yeah. If you're gonna do that, do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just let her know, like, look, if you're coming over, you know what I'm saying, come through, but we gonna have to get it down to business. You feel what I'm saying? And if you ain't,
should I say that text? Cause I'll be honest with you. Even when I drove back to her back to the car, I didn't even mention that. Like, I was just real chill. I didn't come off like I was even tripping too much. So should I mention that in the text message? Like, look, you gonna come over? You feel me? We gonna have a great time and shit like that.
Right? Hell yeah. Tell her that. So and it'd be like if you ain't trying to do that, then you could stay home. Good luck. You feel what I'm saying? Let her know. You see what I mean? Because what you want to happen is, see, because she could still come over and then she could still front. You feel what I'm saying? And the thing is that if she does do that, then you really know you got to charge this chick to the game. You feel what I'm saying? Like for real, because you done told her this is what we doing when you come over, and then she comes over and she's still acting like she don't want to do shit, then all right, cool. Then you could bounce and I ain't gotta really talk to you no more. You see what I'm saying? Instead of you not really saying it and then she doesn't do it, and then she's gonna try to make it seem like, oh, why you acting like that? This and this. You don't want none of that shit. You feel what I mean? Right. Because I done told you. So I gave you a choice. I said, stay home if you ain't trying to do it. You feel what I'm saying? And then so you gotta, and that's the thing, because you just in general, like if you try to really fuck with chicks on some sex shit, a lot of times you have to present yourself in a way where they feel as if they can only have sex with you. You understand? And this is why I say once she says, oh, or smack your hand, well, look, you gotta go. You feel what I'm saying? Because there ain't no chilling here. This is the sex shop. This is the sex store. You gotta come here if you're trying to fuck. If you ain't trying to fuck, get the fuck out of here. You feel what I'm saying? It's that simple. You know what I mean? I'm not, and that's the thing, is that, so you want her to know that, oh, if I call him, I know he's gonna try to fuck me. So I only should call him if I want to fuck. You see what I'm saying? Period. And because the thing is, with you 100%. Right? Because the thing is, this is why I'm telling you to tell her, because the thing is, a woman loves nothing more than to be able to have leeway to play games with you. And this is what I was talking about with the show today, playing games of manipulation. If she has the leeway to play games and if for it to be iffy, you feel what I'm saying? She's gonna play around in that little iffy sort of situation, because then she could be like, oh, well, I just came over because I thought we were gonna just chill and watch Netflix and get to know each other and yada yada yada. It's like, but no, I said to you, if you come over, this is what we're gonna do. So there's no, it's black and white. Either you coming over and fucking, or you staying home and we not fucking. Period. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. Because at this point, right? Because at this point, because this is the thing, these girls know they're not stupid. You see what I'm saying? They like my dude Femby said in the chat room. He said women will swim in the sea of ambiguity. You feel what I mean? It's so true. So you got to be clear with the shit because they're not stupid. Because the thing is, you telling a chick to come over your house or a girl coming over your house, it's supposed to be known that sex is supposed to happen. You feel what I'm saying? It's like it's almost like an unspoken rule. Like you coming over the crib, we gonna have sex. You feel what I mean? But the thing is that if she goes over your crib and then she smacks your hand or whatever, and she's like, oh, well, you know, I don't know about this and all the other stuff, and then you sort of go along with that, then it's just opening up more ways for her to play games.
It's
so
on me.
You see what I mean? So
that's all on me. Yeah.
Yeah. You see what I mean? So
because the first time, the reason why I really wasn't tripping for the first time, because when we linked up at the bar, we literally like dipped out like so fast, like 45 minutes and shit like that. So I was like, you know what, the first time, because I remember you said before in the past, you was like, you should be fucking by the third night. Me personally, if I ain't fucking by the second night, I'm keeping it moving.
Right.
You feel me? So you know, after the first, you know, I really wasn't tripping because she was cooperative and things like that. But now, but I knew I still fucked up because after, you know, she, you know, rejected me a couple times or whatever. That I let her stay over for like a cool minute. I'm like, and when she was staying up back of my head, I'm like, my dumb ass giving this bitch everything she wants.
Right.
She gets so much attention right now and shit like that. So.
Exactly. So you gotta make sure that you ain't giving them that attention. Cause see, me personally, I wouldn't even be fucking with her. I'd be like, you know, because after that first time, soon as she smacked my hand, my dick is soft. I'm done with you. We're over. You don't exist to me anymore. We're finished. Because like, there's nothing more unattractive to me than an indecisive chick. Because because chicks generally are gonna be on some indecisive shit just in general, but especially when it comes to sex, when it gets to that point, like you could be indecisive about what fucking burger you want at the store. You want cheese on your burger or not? I don't give a fuck. Be indecisive all you want. But when you in my room and we naked and you still indecisive, to me, either you're playing games or you a dumbass. You feel what I'm saying? And so either way, I don't want to fuck with you. You see what I mean? Because there's a process that had to go along from me getting you from point A to my bedroom naked. You see what I'm saying? So if we get to that point where you're like, oh, I don't know. No, I'm not fucking with you. You see what I'm saying? I'm not fucking with you. I'm like, chill, man.
I feel you like 100% on that. Cause I'm like, and the thing is, I'm like, bitch, you got it in my bed. Like you put the blanket over. I'm like, why would you send a sign like that? It's like a motherfucking, I don't know, a lamb walking in front of a lion and just expecting that. You feel me? You just and he hungry. The lion over here just growling.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like
exactly.
the lamb just expecting you not to. Come on, man. Like don't jump it out. But it is what it is. And I had a second question for you now. On Tinder, a lot of these bitches don't be looking like they pictures, and I've been having to drive off on a few bitches. Like right when I pull up.
You say you drive off right when you pull up. Oh shit!
I pulled off on a few bitches. Like what I do is I lock all my doors and I roll down my window.
Right.
I'll just be like, "Oh, you so and so," and they like, "Yeah," and I'll just dip off. Like,
wow, that's some savage shit. Oh shit! That's some savage. Yo, I would love to see the look on their face when you.
It was funny because one time in Atlanta, this one female I knocked off the POF. That's why I don't fuck with POF no more too. Like I don't know, it's kind of shaky, but this bitch, she looked real cool. She had like 4 or 5 pictures on there.
Right.
And she was like, yeah, let's link up right now and shit like that. I'm like, all right, cool. So we met up at a bar and shit like that. And right when I seen the bitch, I'm like, fuck. I was like, why the fuck am I? Cause like she looked nothing like her pictures. Like bitch was just toe back. Like the bitch's hair, like nothing like a picture.
Now I've been there. I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about, man.
And the bitch had the nerve to tell me. She said, "Wow, you look better in person." I was like, bitch, I wish I could say the same. Like, God, please, bitch, you look terrible. But she was trying to come over and shit like that. and shit, and I had to I just ran to cause I went up, I wasn't in a car in Atlanta.
Right.
I was driving, I was going through Uber or whatever, so she was trying to get me to come in her car, and she was going to drive to my, to my hotel or whatever.
Right.
So what I did was I act like I was going to go to the CVS before jumping in her car, and I just ran. I just broke.
No, I mean, that's the thing, a lot of these chicks on Tinder, man, some of them, they're masters at, the deceptive pictures and shit, you know what I mean? So, usually, like, if I see a chick with, like, 1 or 2 pictures and I can't really see the body too much or whatever, I'm like, nah, I gotta see, you know what I'm saying, at least 4 pictures and see some body and see, you know what I mean, and see how you really, really looking, you know what I'm saying? And also, too, you got
fat
chicks...
bitches be doing that all the time.
Oh, hell yeah.
Doing the face pictures, the chin-up pictures.
They be having the close-up pictures. They be having the chicks... Like, I hate the chicks who have the pictures where they got 5 different hairstyles and shit. I'm like, which one are you rocking now? Like, how you know what I'm saying? You looking kind of goofy right now. I don't know about that. And then just certain girls, certain girls you can tell they trying to hide shit. And certain girls you're just not really going to know until you meet them. You feel what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where, you got to just look as closely as you can and see what's really good, because they be, doing all the filters and the photoshops and all of that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you meet them and you just like, because like on Tinder, they be looking like an 8.5. Then when you meet them in person, it's like they're barely like a 5. You feel what I'm saying? Or a 5.5. And you're like, what the fuck happened? You feel what I'm saying? It's terrible.
Now the same bitch told me, she said, because she was like, yeah, you need to work on your pictures. Like, you don't take good pictures and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, and I was like, oh, okay, or whatever. I was like, what you be doing?
Mm-hmm.
She said, for every 1 picture she posts, she said she take 100.
Wow. That's how they do.
I was like, damn.
That's how they do.
Crazy.
They take 100 pictures. They pick the best one. They fucking do the super Photoshop and shit with the joints. It's like, it's crazy. It's crazy. So
should I request more pictures then? Like, let's say if I knock the number or whatever, another bitch off Tinder, I'm like, hey, because I ain't trying to link up with no bitch and I'm suspicious and nothing like that.
Right.
So,
well, I mean, yeah. If you feel like you sort of like got that feeling that she might be on some bullshit, yeah, ask her for another picture. You feel what I'm saying? And be like, look,
Gotcha.
Just be like, look, you seem cool. I'm really trying to see you, but I've been getting catfished in this motherfucker. So, just send me something right now to see what's popping. And then you continue, because the thing is, if she don't try to send you nothing or she acting all funny about it, then fuck it, because then that's probably her knowing that she ain't really about shit. You feel what I'm saying? Then if she does send it and you see, okay, well, yeah, she looks good here and blah, 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 I'm going to go through. So, at least it'll save you time from going through to see a chick who might be on some bullshit. You feel what I mean?
Nah, I feel you 100%, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate the talk, man.
That's what's up, bro. Appreciate you calling in, man.
I'm calling next week for sure.
All right, definitely, bro. All right, peace.
All right, peace.
That shit funny. My man said he was dipping on them heavy. That shit funny. What's going on? What's popping? Who's this?
Yo, this is Michel Cabre from the chat room. What's going on?
I'm chilling. What's going on with you?
Man, I'm still trying to figure this whole Tinder shit out. Yo, tell me this. Why when you try to set up a date or whatsoever on Tinder and shit, right? You try to make a confirmation.
Right.
These bitches go ghost on you. No response, no replies, nothing.
Right. That one because they talking to 5 or 6 or 7 damn dudes at the same time, chatting with them. That's one. 2, you got chicks who are on there a lot strictly for attention. So once you try to, set up a date, that means that the attention is over. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Because now it's like, oh, I can't get this guy to talk to me no more because we're just talking about setting up the date. As soon as you set up the date with her, you ain't going to be chit-chatting back and forth a lot of times because you set up the date. So that's why they'll just ghost on you, because they're like, oh, well, he's really trying to see me and I'm not really trying to see nobody, or I ain't trying to see him. And so I'm going to stop texting him. But it's good, though, that you actually set the dates up quick, which is what I suggest, because you want to get rid of those attention whores. You want the chicks who are going to ghost to just ghost on you sooner than later, than, rather than be texting back and forth 20, 30 messages, and then all of a sudden you say, hey, let's get together, and then she don't reply. So it's just, chicks, they just either on some attention whore shit, or they talking to, you know, all these different dudes and they can't manage their time well enough to really get back to you to make something happen, or the other guys they're talking to, they're more interested in them than talking back to you. You see what I'm saying? So that shit happens all the time too. You know what I mean? So,
Oh yeah, because I told you one time before, I was like, I'm just a straightforward person because I'm trying to figure out, should I be like indirect or direct? Because recently today I try to go direct with bitches and try to give them my number or whatever. They look at me like I'm the monster or some shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
Right, but that, again, that's those attention whore chicks, because I go through the same thing. There be chicks where, you know, I'm just like, yo, what's good? Let's get together this weekend, and either they don't respond or they act like, oh, why are you so forward? And blah, blah. I'm like, look, either we gonna fuck around or we ain't. Like, and that's it. I keep that shit pushing. You see what I mean? So, but the girls who, you know, that respond is just so much more easier and better. Because I remember one time, I remember last year there was this chick that I hit up, and I just hit her. It was maybe around like 7:30 in the evening. We matched. I said, yo, what's going on? What you doing tonight? She was like, I'm free. I'm just chilling. I'm in the city. I was like, let's meet up and get a drink. She was like, yeah, cool. And I was like, okay, meet me here. And literally, that was it. And I said, I'm going to be there at 9. Got there at 9. Got with her. We got some drinks. Went back to our hotel room. Had some sex. It was perfect. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just certain girls, they're going to be about it. And certain girls aren't going to be about it. But you just got to make sure you stay on top of your shit and do what you need to do to get the shit popping faster, rather than trying to go back and forth and text with them indirectly and do all this other extra talking that usually doesn't lead to nothing anyway. You see what I mean? So if the girl wants to meet up with you, she's gonna meet up with you. You see what I mean? Mm-hmm. If she's not, she's gonna be on that bullshit. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, but then earlier today is like when you try to approach these like college bitches or whatever, you know, some of them ignore you or some shit. You be like, "What's up, ladies? How you doing?" These bitches look just like act as if I'm a gnat flying around food or some shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit is about?
Right. Well,
this shit is just strange.
And that's the thing. Some of them, again, some chicks. Then this is the part of the game dudes got to understand. Some women that you talk to, right? Mm-hmm. Because it's like this. You should. I'll say it like this. You should never feel, because some guys be feeling guilty sometimes when they be trying to talk to girls, or they'll say, "Oh, I don't want to just have sex with her and not call her again," or I should do this and do that, because you're like, damn, I feel like I'm being rude, I feel like I'm being a dog or whatever. If a chick don't want to talk to you, she not gonna talk to you. You understand? And the thing is, she don't need to necessarily talk to you, right? So you got to understand that part of the game is that she's just going to do what she's going to do, just like you're going to do what you're going to do, just like when you smash a girl and not want to call her after that. You understand what I'm saying? So everybody's going to do what they want to do. So you just got to understand that that's going to be part of the game where you're going to actually go up and talk to girls and say something to them, and they're just going to ignore you. They're going to keep walking. They're going to act like you ain't there. It is what it is. But again, there's going to be girls when you say that same shit to, who's going to be receptive, who's going to be like, oh, hey, what's up? And then you're going to get into conversation. So it's just more like, it's just a lot more of you sort of putting yourself in more situations and in different situations to basically get with people who are on the same page with you, because that's all it really is. Just like if you're doing it on Tinder or you're doing it in the colleges and you're talking to the certain girls, you got to get on the same page. You got to get chicks who are on the same page with you, because truth be told, some of the times when you go up and approach these girls, they're nervous or scared to even say anything to you, or they don't know how to have those type of conversations. It's awkward for them. So some of them
I noticed that earlier. I noticed that earlier today and yesterday. I was like, I approached like at least like 7 bitches yesterday.
Right.
And most of them bitches act like they was afraid of me or some shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Right. Because just like dudes got approach anxiety, women have anxiety about being approached. You understand that? Which a lot of guys don't understand. Women have anxiety about being approached by a guy, because when you approach them, right, there's still anxiety there on their end, because they're like, oh, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. What if, this guy doesn't like me, or she might not like you, and she's like, well, how do I stop talking to this guy? What am I supposed to, you know what I'm saying? Like, all of that shit is going on. So you got to understand that that's also part of the game. But see, dudes that don't know that, they're thinking, oh, it was because, you know, I don't know how to talk to girls and that's why they ignore me, blah, 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 or they don't like me. It's like, nah, sometimes she doesn't, she's not comfortable because of something going on in her head. You see what I mean? And so that's the thing that guys got to understand. So it's just, again, it's just part of the game because you got to move on from them to talk to some other girl who's more receptive. You see what I mean? So that's all it's about.
Let me ask you this. How many women should one guy approach a day? At least if he wants to get, like, I guess, like, maybe 5 numbers. How many women do we got to approach every day?
I would say anywhere no less than 20 to 25 chicks a day. Every day. If you really want to go in. And the reason why I say this, and see, people don't understand this concept, is that the reason why you got to talk to so many women, right, is because there's way too many variables that happen in interactions to where it's not going to click. So, for example, if you could talk to a girl, and let's think about all the ways it might not work. You talk to a girl, let's say she's not attracted to you physically, right? Let's say she she doesn't, let's say she has a boyfriend, she's not gonna get with you. She's a lesbian, she's not gonna get with you. Let's say you do talk to a girl, you get her number, right? But when you try to hit her up, she doesn't respond because, let's say, her ex-boyfriend came back in the picture, or she just doesn't feel the same way about you next week because women's emotions change and all that other shit, you understand? Or let's say you try to approach a girl and she assumes that you don't got no money and she's into niggas that's balling, you understand? Or let's say you approach a girl and you're a white dude but she only likes black guys, or you're a black dude and she only likes white guys. You feel what I mean? Or, and like even in the chat when they said her religion might stop her. She might be like, oh, I only fuck with Jewish guys, I only fuck with these type of guys. You see what I mean? There's so many variables that's gonna get you to, that's gonna make it not actually happen. You see what I mean? And so this is why you got to talk to so many women, because if you talk to 25 women, maybe 5 of them got boyfriends. Maybe 4 of them aren't just attracted to you just off of a physical level. Maybe there's another 5 who they didn't like your verbal skills or what you was talking about when y'all were interacting with each other. There's all of this bullshit that you got to understand. And so the more you talk to, so if you talk to 25 girls a day, you might get maybe 2 to 5 of them, 2 to 5 numbers. Out of those 2 to 5 numbers, you might get 1 or 2 of them that's going to hit you back and actually see you. So it's always this constant thing that has to be in rotation when you're dealing with these chicks. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because I tried to set something up last night with this one chick. This bitch gonna ask me, "Do I got a car?" And I had got her number off the bus. I'm
right.
Like, how you gonna ask me if I got a car and I just got your number off the bus? Because I offered her my number. She's like, "No, I'll give you my number." I was like, "Oh shit, okay."
That's
take
crazy.
The number off her.
That's
crazy. Try to set up a date, and then she come with this, "Oh, you don't got no car?" I was like, "Nah, I ain't got a car right now."
Right.
And then she texts me that shit like 4 times. I was like, "Nah, I ain't got a car." And then she gonna say okay, and then because I had asked, I was like, "Yo, let's meet up today or whatever." So she come with some other shit talking about you got a car? I was like, "No, what this got to do with me trying to set up an arrangement for us to meet up or whatever?"
Right.
So she come with this whole bullshit talking about you ain't got no car. I was like, no. I was like, do you got a car? And then she never responded back. I was like, oh, what the
and that's what I'm saying. You're gonna run into those chicks who's on that bullshit. You see what I'm saying? And the thing is, again, that's also good though, because you gotta understand that the fact that she's showing you the type of chick she is. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of times when you get chicks who's on that, oh, you got a car, you got money, this and this and that, those are those chicks. They're a lot of times. You gotta understand something. A lot of times, if you're dealing with chicks like that, those are chicks who don't bring shit to the table anyway. And this is what I guys when they be talking about, oh, I'm gonna get my money up and then I'm gonna get chicks. So now what you're saying is, I'm gonna get my money and I'm gonna get hot cars and all this other stuff to get the girl. So you're doing all of this shit to get a girl who ain't doing shit for you, which makes no fucking sense. You see what I'm saying?
And she ain't got it, and then she ain't got a car or fucking stuff. So
exactly.
How the fuck you gonna ask me, do I got a car?
You see what I'm saying?
Both of us on the bus.
Exactly. You
that's
see
like
what I mean?
That's like me saying. That's like me catching the subway or whatever, and you call me, you invite me out or whatever, and I ask like, oh, you ain't got no money, and then you ask me, do you got any money? I said no. That's like it's I'm telling you, man. Like I make videos about like the dating dynamics between women, and I said this shit. I was like, this is why bitches die alone.
Right,
they don't get no man when they turn 40. They ain't got no game, and then the niggas that they do want, they don't want them no more. Because I noticed that today. Because we try to holler at these like 18-year-old chicks or whatever, these bitches ignore you. They act like they afraid of you. I'm like, what the fuck?
Right.
I know I'm not no motherfucking Benjamin Brad. I'm not no Denzel Washington. I know I'm all right looking on the scale between 1 to 2. I mean, a scale 1 to 5 or whatever. But damn, y'all bitches ain't got no standards for real because most of y'all suck dick to pay your way to college and shit. So how the fuck you just gonna act like you all that?
But see that, and that's the thing, and this is the thing about just understanding female nature and understanding that there's gonna be girls who they're and this is the thing. Some girls are gonna be about, I want to get I gotta fuck with a baller, right? But see, the fact that they want to fuck with the baller doesn't necessarily mean they won't fuck with you, because that doesn't mean they're not gonna fuck with you because you're not a baller. You understand? The thing is that a woman, there's a difference between what women say they want and what they respond to. So even though a woman is saying, I want a baller, you understand? She's still going to respond to other things that have nothing to do with being a baller. She just doesn't understand that. So she's just going off of that baller energy, like, I gotta get me a dude that got cars and money and all this other dumb shit. You see what I'm saying? Because she has that one-track mind of thinking getting that is what's the only thing that's going to upgrade her. Because women are always looking for the upgrade. This is why they do, chicks
hypergamy, man.
Right, exactly. Right. They're always looking for that upgrade. So the upgrade, what most guys think is the upgrade is just money. You see what I'm saying? But what you got to understand is that the upgrade is actually the game you provide her, whichever, form of game that can be. It could be money in a certain way, but it's not necessarily money. You see what I'm saying? Or it's not just money, but that's the way they think about it, because they have that sort of one-track sort of mind when it comes to the game. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is, they're so one-track minded. Instead of thinking, let me get with this dude who I could actually build something with, they're thinking, let me get with this baller guy and try to just, get his shit. You feel what I'm saying? Which the thing is that when you're doing that, a lot of times what's going to happen is that, she could probably come up off of some simp type of dude, but usually 9 times out of 10, they're not really going to make that. They're not really going to make it happen, because there's too many chicks who are like that, and there's not enough dudes for her to be able to even make that happen. So you're going to have 100 chicks trying to get a dude who's a baller, but there's only 2 niggas in the club that's balling. So you see what I'm saying? So the odds are not in their favor. You see what I'm saying? So at some point, like you said, when they get older and they're lonely and they're 40, they're like, shit, I fucked up. But see, if you get into a situation where even you dealing with a chick like that, if your game is so tight and your game is on point, you'd be able to know how to maneuver to get her to even see, to a certain extent, that her thought process is on some bullshit, and that fucking with you is actually the best option for her. But a lot of times chicks are so hard-headed that it's going to be hard for you to even get her to really recognize that, depending on the situation you're in. You see what I mean? So
yeah, I know that, because I got 2 older sisters. They fucked up. One of them, the oldest one, she's like a Rosario Dawson. She's shorter, and she just got fatter. She's like in her motherfucking 40s and shit. She didn't get her a decent man until she became, 4 kids deep into some shit after her divorce like 10 years ago.
Right.
They end up like that. I'm like, what the fuck happened to you? You used to have all the niggas that wanted to date you or whatever. Right. Now, you married to some fat-ass, old-ass former drug dealer nigga who used to be hot back in the days. Now you just all washed up, and she was like, what the fuck happened to my older sister?
Right, and so, it is what it is, but, you can't really save all of them. They just gonna have to fall off the cliff.
I don't.
You know what I mean?
I got 3 sisters. One, I got a younger half one, she fucked up with niggas.
Right.
Then the second one, she had 2 children, one nigga that used to whoop the shit out of her ass, and then the oldest one, she had a baby. She had 3 kids with one nigga that had 10 babies all over the city of Detroit, man.
Right. Like, and you know what it is? And you know what it is? Real talk. Another reason why is you got to talk to so many women, and this is the thing, because the more on point you are as a man, right?
Yep.
The harder it is going to be to find a chick who's on your level or who's on point with, you know, on that same level as you. Because the thing is that if you're on point, there's not that many people who are on point, male or female. You see what I'm saying? So as a dude who's on point, you got to understand that if you talk to 100 chicks, right? Maybe 1 to 10 of them are going to be on point. You see what I'm saying? And so you got to go through those 100 chicks to find the 1 to 10 that's on point. You see what I'm saying? So because
that's a lot of hard fucking work.
Exactly,
Exactly.
and that's the thing, is because 90% of them, 90% of those chicks, what's gonna happen is that they're not qualified to fuck with you like that. You understand what I'm saying? They're not qualified. You see what I mean? So
man, I mean, I get what you're saying, because I seen the video last night. You was talking about the 2 chicks, and one of them had the boyfriend in the hotel room.
Right.
I'm like, what the fuck, man? I don't even want to marry no bitches after hearing that story. I'm like, after hearing you, Tom Sotomayor, Dante Nero stories about bitches,
I'm telling you,
treacherous and shit, dude, I don't want to get married.
Dude, I'm telling you, know how many? Look, let me tell you something. You know how many chicks? Look, there's so many girls that I could have had sex with, that I didn't have sex with, because they were just fucked up. Like, I'm just being honest. They were fucked up. They had mental problems. They were all over the place. They were emotional wrecks, and I was like, I'm not fucking with you. You feel what I'm saying? And so what happens is, there's a lot of women that I talk to, that I interact with, and just off the conversation, I know it can't go nowhere past this conversation. You see what I'm saying? Or let's say you were saying, like, look, I'm trying to talk to these chicks at this college, and they just sort of like, you know, like walking past and they not doing nothing. That right there is telling you that they're not really on the same page. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you're talking to a girl and you're having a conversation with her, because I was even having a debate with this chick a while ago about this. I was saying, she was like, she's like, Mr. Locario, you don't understand. Like, sometimes guys approach women, right? And the girl is so frustrated because guys keep approaching her, and that's why she has an attitude. So I said, okay, let's flip that around. So let's say myself, I'm approaching girls and I'm trying to talk to them, right? And chicks keep rejecting me, right? They keep rejecting me. Now, I got an attitude because they keep rejecting me. So would it be right for me to punch a girl in the face? Would it be right for me to punch the next girl in the face because all these other girls rejected me? So I got rejected by 30 girls. So should I punch the 31st girl in the face because of what the other 30 girls did? No. Everybody look at me like I'm fucking nuts, right? So now, when a woman gets approached by 30 or 40 guys, and then the 41st guy approaches her, then she has an attitude with him, and she curses him out, and she has a stink attitude. Is that right for her to do that to the 41st guy because of the other 40 niggas that approached her? No. She should be mature enough to actually do. You see what I'm saying? So that's
she should be appreciative of that.
Right, exactly. You see what I'm saying?
Gonna stop.
Right. That's the thing that they gotta understand. But see, when you actually look at it that way, you see how ridiculous it is when a chick will act like that. And this is why I'm saying that they're not on your level. You see what I mean? So when you approach a girl and she has an attitude because, she's so tired that all these guys approached her, blah, blah, blah. Shorty, you're not on my level then, because a person who's on my level, even if you were tired of all those dudes approaching you, you would understand, you'd be smart enough to know that I'm a new person and I should be treated with respect. Just like when another girl rejects me, I'm not gonna get mad at her for rejecting me because she has the right to reject me. I'm not gonna yell at her and get all butthurt and want to. You understand what I'm saying? But see, exactly. it takes a different level of thinking and awareness to be at that level. And unfortunately, most people aren't like that. So this is why when you talk to and approach girls, you're gonna run into a lot of women who are not on your level. Those are the girls who are going to ignore you. Those are the girls who are going to act rude when you try to approach them. Because look, ain't nothing wrong with a chick rejecting you. I remember this one girl, and I complimented her too. I went up to her and I said to her, I was like, "Hey, miss, how you doing?" Blah blah blah. And she, she said to me, she said, hey, how you doing? She said, listen, she's like, I'm gonna be honest with you. She's like, I think you're really attractive, but you're not really my type. And, I've had a really long day, and I'm just like, I don't know if I can talk right now. And she's like, I apologize. I really just, I don't want to be rude. And I said to her, I said, miss, I said, you are so fucking awesome, because the way that you rejected me was so classy. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you see what I mean? Like, she wasn't rude. She wasn't being a bitch. You understand what I'm saying? But she let it be known what the real deal was. Right? And she's mature enough to say, look, hey, what's up? Cool. She's actually still talking to me while she's rejecting me. She's respecting me as a human being and not acting like, oh, well, I'm upset, so I'm just gonna, you see what I mean? And so, again, that's the type of chick that's on the level. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? So it's like,
I ran in like maybe 2 of those yesterday, but the other one today, she was like on some Damon Williams, like, my name is Jessica.
Right.
And I was like, yo, my name is Michelle. I'd like to give you my number so we can go out sometime. She was like, no. And smiling. I was like, all right, have a nice day then. And I just went off about my business. This was like an Asian bitch.
Right.
So I'm like, I keep thinking to myself, I was like, why these bitches have terrible social skills?
Right, and that's, again, that's what I'm saying. Some of them are not on your level, B. You feel what I mean? See, the part that dudes don't understand is that motherfuckers be going out, approaching a girl, and then when the girl acts all funny or whatever, they start thinking, oh, she doesn't like me because I'm a loser. She doesn't like me because I'm ugly, blah, blah, blah. You start thinking something wrong with you. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm like, dude, she's just not.
That was happening to me today, man. I was like, damn, did I say something? Am I that ugly?
Like, right. And see, and that's what confuses you, because see, it's not about her having to be receptive to your game. It's about how is she responding to you. You see what I'm saying? Because there's been so many times where I've talked to girls and I didn't get with them, I didn't get their number, but the interaction was something that was quality because they were quality. You feel what I'm saying? And I was coming at them with quality. You feel what I mean? And so they even though I didn't get with them and even though nothing really happened as far as that, it was like the interaction was a certain way. It wasn't no fucking, eye rolling and, like they said in the chat room, teeth sucking and the girl, having an attitude. And when you see that, all that's telling you is that she's on some other bullshit. And this is why you got to talk to so many fucking women, because you're going to run into so many of these chicks who's on that bullshit. You see what I'm saying?
And I'm thinking about getting those like cards and shit. We put your little fucking name and your Facebook, and email address, and all that shit on there. Mm-hmm. How much that shit usually go for?
What, to get like business cards and all that?
Yeah, because
I think it's not that expensive. You could get like
Midtown Detroit to give you some.
Yeah, you can get like I think like 250 to maybe even 1,000 cards on like I think it's Vistaprint.com, where you could go and get. I think you get like 250 cards for maybe like $15 or some shit, if that much. You know what I'm saying? It ain't really. It ain't that expensive. And I think you can get like 1,000. You get like 1,000 for like $35 or some shit like that somewhere at some places. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't expensive.
Okay. I was like, damn, because usually I try to get these bitches my number. They be like, oh, no thanks, I got a boyfriend.
Right.
Okay. I'm not chasing you. I'm giving you a chance to chase me.
Right. And that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do with it. You feel me? That's all you got to do with it, bro. But yo, listen, I got a few more calls coming in. But yo, I appreciate you calling in, bro. Just keep doing your thing, bro. You feel me?
Oh, yeah, but my name is Michelle, not Michael or Michelle.
Oh, Michelle. Michelle.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
It's Italian for Michael. So,
okay, I got you.
Because you usually be fucking up my name and shit.
I got you, bro. All right, man. All right, peace, bro.
All right, peace.
All right, later. Yeah, man. All right, let me see who else is up on this line. Yo, what's going on? Who's this?
Hey, man, this is Nate from DC.
What up, bro? What's going on with you?
Hey, not much doing. Hey, real quick. Hey, I just want to say something. All right, two quick things. So, one, I'm with this girl, this Indian chick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so like we're in the, before, I met her on OkCupid. All right.
Right.
So Yeah, we're going out. Yeah, I'm just talking on the phone, texting her, giving her the place, where to meet and whatnot. And I text her, everything's doing cool. Then it's been like a month. I text her back after a month and say, "What's up?" And she says, "Oh, what's up? It's been a while." And she was busy. She didn't text me back. Then she finally gets back to me a month later, and we set something up. And right before the date, she texts me and says, "Is it okay if I'm late?" And the date is at 7:30. And she texts me like half hour, 15 minutes before. Is it okay if I'm late? Right. Like, and then then my response was, let's do 8 o'clock. You know what I mean? So we, she said, okay, great. We went out 8 o'clock. She met me at the spot or whatever. She was looking good or whatever. Then nice dinner, and then afterwards I said, yeah, come walk me to my car. And then walks me to my car, and I get a breath mint. Then I get close to her, and I'm like, you said, because she said she looks, because she told me, she's like, I gained a lot of weight over the phone, like before I met her in person.
Right.
And I was like, no, you didn't. She was still looking fine.
Right.
But, chicks, they always think they're heavier than they are and shit.
Right.
Yeah, but I was like, yeah, how you? So I put my arms down and kiss and stuff. But her parents were in town and shit. So she had to go. But yeah, so definitely we're gonna set up another. So it was a good date. My only question is, like, what does it mean when the chick says, "Is it okay if I'm late?" Is that like a test or something, or what?
No, I mean, well, sometimes chicks they're running late. You feel what I'm saying? But but the thing is, I like that you said to her, "Hey, cool, we'll just meet up at 8 o'clock." You understand what I'm saying? So the thing is, if the thing is, you don't want it to be where if you keep seeing this chick, you understand what I'm saying, that she keeps coming late to shit. You understand? Or the thing is, if a chick is saying, "Hey, I'm gonna be late," you gotta sometimes figure out what time are you planning on getting there? Like, what's your timeline? Where you at right now? You understand? So you don't leave shit open ended. You understand what I'm saying? Anytime you're dealing with a girl, just make sure that shit is never left open ended. This is why I was saying I'm glad that you said, "Hey, let's meet up at 8," because there's something definite that you guys agreed to. You see what I mean? So you don't just say, "Oh yeah, you coming late, all right, cool," and then late can mean fucking tomorrow. You know? so that's that's what it is.
It's okay,
Right. So that's all you got to do. It ain't really nothing, because a lot of times chicks be on that late shit. Sometimes if you want to be on some other shit about it, you can say when she gets there, you'll be like, "Listen, since you was late, you owe me such and such, so I'm gonna have you're gonna have to buy me dinner, you're gonna have to do this, you're gonna have to whatever, play around with it." So that type of shit, you know what I mean? But yeah, if a chick is constantly late and it's a chick you keep seeing, then you gotta sort of check that. You feel what I mean? Yeah, man.
And I was telling dudes in the chat room, don't sleep with these Indian and Arab chicks. Every Indian chick I've been with for real, every first date, they either pay half, and this Indian chick last time, she paid for everything,
Oh, nice. That's what's up. Shit.
She paid for the whole thing. She didn't ask her, she just took up the cards like, "Oh no, I got it. You're good."
That's what's up. Shit, fuck that. Yeah, if she gonna pay, shit, let her pay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let her ass pay. You feel me? Let her pay.
Yeah.
But I appreciate the call, bro, because I gotta get a few more calls before we get up out of here.
All right, thanks, man.
Appreciate it, man.
All right.
Cool. Hold on 1 second. So, guys, remember to make sure that you join the Patreon. I put the Patreon link in the chat box. Make sure you guys join the Patreon. And also make sure you guys join Bad Boy membership. And also make sure you guys get the book, How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. All right? Let me get this call real quick. Yo, what's poppin'? Who's this?
What's up, Mr. Locario?
What's going on? Who's this?
My name is Melvin. What's going on?
I'm chilling. What's going on with you?
I got a question to ask you, man.
What's going on?
All right, my question is this. This is serious questions, man. I got multiple questions to ask you.
All right, make it quick, though. Make it quick.
Look like Wesley Snipes.
Go ahead, say it again.
Did anybody tell you look like Marshall Falk?
Yeah, why people be telling me that shit? I had to Google this motherfucker because I didn't even know who he was. I was like, I don't know. I
You
don't
know
think
about football, man?
I'm not a sports dude. I don't know nothing about no football player. Like the only football, basketball players that I know are the famous ones. I don't really know too many, and I didn't know who Marshall Faulk was until I googled the nigga. And it's like, yo, you look like this guy. I'm like, really? Like I hear so much shit, and this shit don't make people tell me. They're telling me I look like P Diddy. I heard motherfuckers tell me I look like Nas. I'm like, what the fuck is Nas? I had motherfuckers tell me I look like Morris Chestnut. I don't know all this other shit. I don't know. But you know.
Did anybody say you look like Wesley Snipes?
Nah, I never heard Wesley Snipes though.
But you look more like Marshall Faulk though.
That's funny.
For the Rams and the Colts.
That's funny because I googled him and I was like, he looked like. I feel like he looks like me if I gained a little more weight and I was like older. Maybe when I'm like in like 10 years down the line, I might look like this nigga more. I don't know. It's just funny to me. That shit is funny. But yeah, what else is going on with you though?
Hey, I'm okay. Hey, Mr. Locario, I'm 25 years old, man. When I was 22, I experienced this thing, man. I'm gonna tell you, man. I went on a chat line before, man, and I met this. She was African. I forgot her name though, but she was about at the time she was about 31, and something I experienced, I encountered with her. We eventually we did do it though, but at the same time, it was kind of awkward because she was a stranger, and the second time she came to my house while my family was there, like my brothers. I remember, like this was yesterday, I was 22 at the time and she was 31. And she came to my house around 4 in the morning. I was super tired and she wanted to do it. And I said, I don't know, I felt so tired and everything. And then at the same time, she was feeling uncomfortable because there was a lot of guys around. I said, my brothers, they not like that, they got girlfriends. So she said, okay, no problem. So. And she kept on saying, come on, we should do it. I said, like, I'm feeling real tired. So when I was trying to perform then, when you having sex, so we tried to perform and, doing penetration, I couldn't keep up. I was just super tired. And she was just very, very disappointed the second time.
So wait, hold on. You said, wait. So you said this some chick you was fucking with when you was 22?
Yeah, I was 22, I'm 25 now.
Okay. And so what's up with this chick now? What's going on with this chick now?
I recently met up with her about 6 months ago.
And then what happened?
Something wrong with her mentally. The second time, well, I recently met up with her like 6 months ago. She was saying that she's in the military and everything, but she feel like she want to have that control. Like, don't you know how some women, like, they feel like they're more masculine, they want to have control, they more dominant. And eventually, I just had to stop talking to her.
Okay, and so what's the conclusion of the
conclusion is that I just made the decision not to get on chat lines anymore because you don't know who you're messing with.
So you said what happened? Say it again.
No, I said, like, I made my decision not to get on chat lines anymore because you don't know who's crazy or not.
Okay, they saying you trolling in the chat room. Are they correct?
No, I'm not trolling. No. I'm not trolling.
Because I'm having a hard time following your story. You saying some chick you was messing with, you was 22, then you was fucking with her, and now you talking about she was crazy, and then you find you don't want to mess with crazy chicks online.
Yeah.
Okay, so don't fuck with don't fuck with chicks when they crazy. That's all you got to do. You feel what I'm saying?
All right. I want to ask you a question. How old are you now? Remind me asking.
Wait, say that again. I want to know what's the question about you. You asking me about me. Sound like you asking me if people told me I look like somebody. What is the question for you? What do you want to know about you?
I want to know about. But what do you mean?
No. What's the question you want to ask for you? Like, what's going on with you?
Okay. Like, should I do something else besides chat lines?
You said should you be what?
Should I do something else besides chat lines?
Yeah, you should talk to chicks in person. Stop, just using chat lines and online stuff, and just talk to chicks in person. That's it.
Okay, no problem, man. I'm gonna go and there's one thing I want to ask you, man. Before I go, man, I know you're very busy, man.
Wait, hold on. Is this the troll question? Go ahead.
Yeah, it's a short question. Why you buy them dollar store hats?
You said why who?
What? Why you buy them dollar store fit hats?
Why I buy the dollar store fitted hats?
Yeah.
It's because, well, what happened was, when I was banging your mom, right? She didn't pay me.
That's kinky. I like that.
No. She didn't pay me enough because I told her that every time I smash, she got to pay me a certain amount of money, and so she's been real cheap with the money right now. So all I could afford is the dollar store hats. You feel what I'm saying? So you got to tell your moms to start paying me a little more for my services. You feel what I'm saying? That's what you got to do.
I like that, man. I like that. That's kinky. I like that.
Stupid.
I like
all
that.
All right. That's enough of that. You guys are hilarious. These dudes, man. You try to give the trolls a chance, man. You try to give the trolls a chance, man. Because trolls need love too. Because trolls are really people, they need attention. You feel what I'm saying? Yo, what's going on? Who's this?
Yo, Mr. Locario, it's Blaze.
What up, bro? What's going on with you?
What the fuck was that I just heard? Who the fuck is that nigga? What the fuck? That nigga asking you about your hat. What the fuck?
I'm telling you, now certain dudes, you gotta understand something. Certain people, because most of you guys on here on the line, y'all actually got lives. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all dudes got lives. You understand? Y'all got shit going on. You understand? So you tune in and we chop up game. You feel what I'm saying? So we actually doing stuff productive. But then you got dudes out there who, they wanna just sort of waste time and everything. But the thing is, I love keeping them on for a while because I'm always trying to get them to the point where they they get to that climax of what they trying to do. You feel what I'm saying? Because I'm like, yo, just let the troll stuff come out. Because soon as he was saying, yo, you look like so and so, I was like, okay, let's start this going. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, because he just kept, he ran out of shit to say. But anyway, I ain't come to talk about this nigga.
Right.
But I got a question, Mr. Locario, bro.
Right.
Because I watched your video and you were talking about how women really get down.
Right.
And I was shocked as shit, Mr. Locario. So you mean to tell me out here, like I'm thinking to myself, like, what the fuck? Like, because I'm thinking about it, because I follow a lot of, bad bitches on Instagram.
Right.
So, and they're always talking about some, find you a man that's loyal, I want a real nigga. I don't want these niggas that have all these hoes and shit.
Right.
And I'm thinking to myself, like, the whole time you were talking about, because you said the nigga was in the living room and you were in the room.
Right.
And she talking about giving you head. Mr.
Right.
Locario, bruh, help me figure this shit out. Mr. Locario, bro, what the fuck?
No, but listen. This is you guys got to understand. First of all, when that whole situation, because for those who don't know, I did a video the other day and I was talking about how chicks get down and all this other stuff. And there was a situation where I was with this one girl, and then her friend gave me head in the room while her man was in the living room. You understand? It was at a party, and so that situation, it's objectively as I'm looking at it now, it's kind of dangerous in a way because like I knew the dude, of the dude, but he didn't seem like the type of cat that would have been on some rah wild out shit, but you never know when you know what I'm saying, people go crazy over shit like that. So I'm just saying, for you guys, be careful about that shit. But what I wanted to say though with that point is that chicks, what they do is that their nature or the way that they come at shit has a lot to do with their feelings. You feel what I'm saying? And how they feel about certain situations and everything. So they're just gonna do it. You know what I mean? They're just gonna do it.
Well, no, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that the chicks, they're just gonna do the stuff that they're gonna do. See, the reason why you have all those girls on Instagram talking about, oh, I'm looking for a guy who's gonna be this way and who's gonna be that way and yada yada yada, is because that's what they want for them. You feel what I'm saying? That doesn't necessarily mean they're gonna, be the same way. The reason why guys think women don't cheat as much or women are innocent angels is because that's how women sort of present themselves or have to present themselves in society because of social norms. So you get confused by the social norms. You see what I mean?
Yeah, because behind doors, as she said, this is really how they get down. And that's why, low-key, anytime I'm interacting with a woman, it's always some sexual vibes in it. Because I don't be trying to, what do you see yourself doing in the next 5 years? None of that shit. I just be like low-key giving them that sexual vibe because I know the woman. I know how a woman's nature is because I know this woman that always talked about she ain't never gonna suck dick and shit. And then the next thing I knew, she's talking about her. I literally caught her fucking another nigga, and I was like, but didn't you say you don't like fucking other niggas? And I was like, what the fuck? And low key too. Because women give the greatest advice. They give the greatest advice. But when emotions hit, everything goes down the drain.
Right,
I be like, what the fuck?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Because chicks, they'll say a bunch of shit. Then,
they do.
When it comes down to the nitty-gritty, when it comes down to the situation, chicks will do whatever the fuck they want to do because they feel like doing it. It's just that simple. So this is why guys get caught up and guys start thinking... See... A lot of guys make the mistake of thinking that their girl or the girl they're dealing with will never do a certain thing or they won't make something. They're like, oh, my girl would never do that. She would never cheat on me, blah, 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 blah. And then when it happens, they're confused and they're upset and they're angry. And it's not necessarily, the girl was planning on doing it. But what happens is that for the girl, again, like I was talking about with the other caller, it's about a lot of times that the feeling they have and even that come up. You understand what I'm saying? So like it's one of those things where it's like if you was working at a job or whatever and you like the job you're working at, the people at the job that the boss is cool to you and you've been working there for a while, you got good benefits and all this other stuff, and let's say you're working on a big project on the job and everybody at the job like you and you've been loyal to this job for like 10 years, and then somebody swoop in and says, yo, listen, I'm going to pay you $50 million to work for me or do this, right? So you're going to be like, well, fuck this job. You understand what I'm saying? Even though that job been cool and loyal to you, you might, well, fuck this shit. And most people would do that, but that's the way that women feel when it comes to those situations. You see what I mean? So it's like, it's that thing. They're just going to do it because whatever's been presented to them gets them in that mode or mind state in order to be able to do it. The only time women usually don't do it is if what they have is better than what's presented to them. You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
Or what they have in the, what I'm saying, in the situation, they feel like if they lose what they have, it's going to be more detrimental to them than going along with what's presented to them now. You see what I mean?
Yeah, because it makes absolute complete sense because they always give this quote like, I am a man of my words. But I never hear like, I'm a lady or I'm a woman of my words.
Right.
Because everything goes down the drain once that emotion hit. And I was listening to you, Mr. Locario. So if that's the case, how then do you... Because I feel the nigga that was like, how then do I get married? Like, I don't... Because I don't feel like getting married or no type of shit. Like, basically what I'm really saying is, how do you really trust these females knowing, understanding their nature?
Right. Well, see, this is the thing. See, if you guys see my hat, my dollar store hat, right? It says, it looks like it says, trust no one. You feel what I'm saying? And so what you gotta say, because dudes be like, oh, how much trust these girls and all that. See, your mistake is trusting not only women, but just trusting anybody. And what I mean by this is, what do we talk about when we say trust? When you trust somebody, what you're doing is you're sort of putting them in a box. You feel what I'm saying? Meaning, so if a person, because sometimes what you gotta understand is that you trust people either by their word or by how you perceive them to be, right? So a girl could say to you, oh, I would never cheat on you. So you trust her and you say, oh, yeah, I trust that she's never going to cheat on me because she says she's not going to cheat on me and she's been with me and everything is cool. Or she probably never verbally said that, but you just have her in a sort of a box of how you see her character. So you say, oh, well, so-and-so would never do that because I know her. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, it's like the thing is that if you trust somebody, what you're doing is you're setting yourself up for disappointment, because what happens is that if that person betrays your trust or whatever it is, then you feel like, oh, this person did me wrong, I can't do it. But the thing is that you're the one who put that trust into them. And what you got to understand is that the only thing you can trust is that people are going to do what they want to do when they want to do it. So this goes for when you're dealing with women. This goes for when you're dealing with friends. This goes for dealing with your mom, your dad, whoever. People are going to do what they feel is best for them. So even if you have a girlfriend, wife, fiance, fuck buddy, girl you're dating, she's going to do whatever the fuck she wants to do when she wants to do it. It doesn't matter what she said to you. It doesn't matter what promises she made to you. It doesn't matter if she wrote a goddamn contract with you. It does not matter. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, that's what happens when it comes to trust. You see what I mean?
Because niggas in the chat room, my niggas, if y'all haven't watched the video, go watch the video. It's called How Women Really Get Down, because Mr. Locario was low-key fucking another man's fiance. So you got to think about that shit. Like,
exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Another man's fiance, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
My goodness, man.
That's what I'm saying.
But anyway, before I get out, I'm not gonna drop some real stuff today. But I just wanted to, cause you always said there's a lot of reasons why women flake on men,
right?
And a lot of the times it's not because of us men, it's because of them.
Right.
And I was on IG and I asked this bad chick. I was like, "Have you ever not shown up on the date?" And she said, "Yeah." And she said it had nothing to do with the guy, but it was because her hair wasn't looking right that day. And I was like,
"Right?
You mean to tell me you did not come through because of your hair?"
Right.
And you know us niggas, like you know, like if a chick bad, she bad. So we could give a 0, you know, if she bald or if she got on hair. But I'm like, my goodness. So I just want niggas to know that shit. Like, a lot of the times it has nothing to do with you. So don't feel down about yourself. And even if it does, who gives a fuck? You feel me? So,
right. Real shit, man. But y'all, appreciate you calling in, my dude. As
usual,
Mr.
man. Locario. Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it, man.
And all y'all trollers, please stop calling up. I don't see the point, bro. I don't see the point. All right, bye, Mr. Locario.
All right, peace. Later. That's crazy. Y'all saying the hat says trust number one or trust no one. See that's how the mind works. Because this shit could say trust no one or trust number one. I see this shit and I thought it said trust no one. Because I was like, nigga, I agree with that shit. and I don't say that shit in any form of, like, you know, negativity. I look at this shit as a positive thing, where it's like, you know, due to 212, you said it means both. The thing is, like, I look at it as the number 646-481-3901, because I look at it as something freeing. You see what I'm saying? Because when you have people in that box and it goes against what you thought, it fucks with your mind. I'm telling you, it fucks with your whole fucking situation. Let me see who this is. What's poppin'? What's going on?
Hey, hello?
What up? What's going on?
going on, Mr. Locario? This is my question.
Wait, hold on. Who's this? What's your name? Wait, what's your name?
It comes down to,
Hold on. What's your name?
630 boy. I'm in the chat.
Okay, cool. What's poppin' with you?
Yeah, hey, this my whole question. Like, when it comes down to spitting at girls at the store, you feel me, liquor stores, whatever, it's nothing. But at my job, which I know some people don't, you feel me, don't like talking to females at the job, but the job I got is bullshit. My whole thing is like, what to do? Like, why do people, when I like spit at a chick at lunch break, it seems like the whole motherfucking table I'm at would just focus in on my whole fucking shit. And I hate that shit. Like, directly stare at a nigga and, like, just, like, are you going to join the conversation or are you just going to stare while I'm spitting game? Like, that shit is annoying.
Right. I mean, well, the thing is, you know, don't you got to have that tunnel vision, man. Don't be worrying about what other people looking at and thinking. You just got to do you. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just got to do you, bro. That's it. Because all that other stuff is going to throw you off. It's going to make you lose focus. You're going to be worrying about other shit you don't need to worry about. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's
and my other question is, this is one I was just talking about right now with the fellas about marriage. This is my whole thing. Like, I ain't got no problem, you feel me, getting at American girls, all that. But I be feeling like just because I do like foreign chicks, I be what do you think about, like, marrying, getting a chick from overseas, but not on no mail order type shit. Like, actually go, like, get your funds right, go chill, talk to the locals, you feel me, and just, like, get a little bra from over there. Like, you feel me? What's your take on that? Because you don't need no passport to go to Puerto Rico, and I don't know, it's something adventurous about it to me.
Right. I mean, well, yeah, if you want to do that, then that's cool too. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to go overseas, get you another chick from another, you know, country or whatever and all that, and you click with her, then fuck it, do that shit too. You know what I mean? Like, there ain't no limits on this shit. It ain't no, you know, you gotta. But the thing is, you gotta make sure that chick you bring back to the USA, to the United States, don't get caught up with these other women who's gonna fucking put all that bullshit in her head. So you got to make sure that she is listening to you and not being, you know, talked to by other chicks and other people, you know, just getting in her head and have her, you know, caught up in all that nonsense. You feel what I'm saying?
Right, I'm gonna have to find me a little village girl that don't wear no shirt or bra or some shit.
So, you know,
bring her ass over here, keep her in the house and shit.
But again,
damn.
still, like I was saying earlier, you never know, because it all depends on, because you bring her over here and then some other player somewhere, you know, meets up, you know, talks to her and starts saying some shit, and then now all of a sudden, you know what I mean? Like, hey,
Lucario, and next thing you know, she's running off with the gardener.
Exactly, right. You know what I'm saying? You never know. So you just got to understand what's going on in these streets. That's what I'm saying.
Hell yeah.
You just got to keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open.
Good looking, Lucario, on that one, you feel me? I just needed to hear that, because, you know, I just hate, and it's, because I know it's mental too, like, me worried about, you feel me, everybody in my conversation. I can't let that fuck up my game. Just like, fuck them. If they want to listen, they can listen. They want to stare, fuck it. I'm spitting my game. Fuck that.
Real shit. Exactly, man. But, yo, I appreciate the call, my dude.
All right, then. Y'all have a good one.
All right, peace. All right, so, guys, make sure you guys join the Patreon, patreon.com/Mr. Locario. I'm putting the link in the chat room. Also, make sure you guys join Bad Boy Membership. I'm telling you, you're not going to want to miss the new Bad Boy Membership program I have coming out November 1st. It's just called How to Get a Girl Hooked on You. And I talked about this. I did a Bad Boy show about this too. But on the actual Bad Boy Membership, I'm teaching you exactly how to do it step by step by step. So I'm gonna have a clip of it out soon. You feel me? What's going on? Who's this?
Hey, what's going on, Locario? This Tim. How you feeling?
What's popping? What's going on with you?
Man, nothing much. You know, everybody's sitting there calling up, talking about their experiences, especially with that video you posted last night.
Right.
I just wanted to share two things. Actually, three.
Mm.
In the comments, people were there talking about Jesus. You know, Jesus going MGTOW and everything else.
Right.
But actually, in the book of Proverbs, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but it tells you that a lot of women ain't shit.
Right.
Because it's talking about, you know, it said if you find a good one, it's like rarer than diamonds, or
right.
Or I forget exactly what the verse says.
Right.
The other one that says, do not give your strength to women because their ways destroy kings. But a lot of people, I mean, you can go on and on and on and on about it, but that's neither here nor there.
Right.
But the two experiences I wanted to share. That last caller, he was talking about getting a foreign joint.
Right.
So I remember when I got up to Philly, I was at I saw this girl. She was Hispanic. Went and talked to her. Kind of found out she was from Peru.
Right.
So we started talking and everything else, and I got a number, and I had her over. So we messed around, having sex and everything else. Kind of find out she was married.
Oh wow.
Now, what she did was she met her husband was a musician. She met him. They got married. She wanted to come over for the green card. So after she got over, then all of a sudden their marriage started falling apart.
Right.
So you gotta be careful about that too. But the thing was, when I was sitting there talking to her, I was hypnotized too. I was sitting there, I was like, yo, you know what? After talking to you, I'm not gonna talk to a Western girl no more. And she said a lot of men tell her that.
Right.
They're just different. But at the end of the day, you know what? She was still screwing me when she had a husband.
Right. Right. See.
Go ahead.
No, I was saying that's what it is. It's like, and that's what I was talking about. Where it's like, yo, you never know, because chicks get down, like, you know what I'm saying? They go in, they get crazy like that. You feel what I mean?
Yo, man. Hey, I mean, you just gotta. From my experience, man, because I done been up, I had highs and had lows. My experience is, definitely keep your ears open. Just like you said, you gotta know what you want, and you gotta stick with that plan.
Exactly.
And that's I figure that's how you avoid a lot of that stuff. You're not gonna avoid it all, but you're gonna avoid a lot of it.
Real shit. Real shit. Real fucking shit.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was saying real shit. I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Because out here in the game, dudes got to realize that, like, when you're dealing with girls, because I don't want it to, because the reason why I hate even saying this type of shit or talking about these type of things, because it almost makes you feel like, oh damn, like there's no hope, and all these chicks are sluts and whores and blah blah. You know what I mean? It's not about that. It's about understanding reality. You feel what I'm saying? So the reality of the situation is, for any of you guys out there, if you want a girlfriend, or let's say you want to get married one day, because contrary to popular belief, there's a lot of guys who actually want to get married. Like, they want to get married and they want to have kids. They want to have a family. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that all you guys, women out there, they're gonna cheat on you and they're gonna sleep with your best friend and all this other craziness. I'm not saying that it's that's the case in all situations. I'm saying you got to just understand that it could happen, right? So you have to understand that it could happen, so that if it does happen, right, you're not so caught off guard, because it's not saying that you're not going to be upset, because you're going to be upset. You're going to be just furious or whatever. But there's a difference between understanding the game and knowing that that's a possibility, and understanding that that's the reality, and then not knowing, and then it happened to you, and it's going to be a whole different vibe that's going to go on, because it's all about awareness. Because if you're not aware of what could happen or what's going to go on, then it's like almost a shock to your system. You feel what I'm saying? It's something that it's going to, because even right now, hearing this, or when I did the video the other day and I'm talking about this stuff, and I'm talking about shit that went down with me and certain women, when you hear this, it's almost a shock to your system, to where you want to reject it. You're like, no, that can't be happening. And no, it's just, you're looking for ways to basically reject it, so that you don't have to deal with reality. You see what I'm saying? But the closer you get to dealing with reality, the better you're going to be when it comes to interacting with women. And truth be told, this is the thing. You can never really stop a chick from doing what she wants to do. But when you are the type of dude who is the best version of himself, right, when you're on point, it's less likely that your girl is going to do all of these things. Less likely. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying this totally 100% foolproof, but it's less likely that your girl is going to fuck around on you in most cases if you're on point. But you got to be on point, because again, like I said, she's always looking around and seeing, and she's always choosing and saying, hey, is the situation I'm in better or worse than what's being presented to me now? You see what I'm saying? And if the situation she's in with you is worse, then bruh, I mean, she might go and do that other thing. You see what I'm saying? So
and I'm glad that you addressed that because I have a girlfriend now, and it's been about 2.5 years strong, and she's yo man, I definitely I got caught up in the system, you got a little daughter and everything else, and I've been through that, and she supported me from when it went down all the way on up, and when you said that, knowing who you are and everything else,
right.
I think that was the breaking point because the more centered I became, the more it affected her.
Right.
Because, like I said, I was getting kicked, almost lost my place, I lost my job. That is, I could write a book about it, but hey, whatever. But the more centered I became, the more supportive and everything else she became. So, I remember you sitting there talking about, how your wife supported you, and that's why you married her.
Right.
And you have all these experiences, but yet you still chose to get married.
Right.
And I hope, just like you said earlier, I hope that's what a lot of dudes are saying because everybody got a MGTOW thing going on. And you know what? I don't trust these hoes. And, I understand there. I've seen it, been part of it, blah, blah, blah. However, you know what? There are still those people, those chicks out there who will ride with you or if you are complete.
Right. Real shit.
The last experience. Go ahead.
No, I'm agreeing with you, but go ahead, keep going.
Yeah, the last experience I'm gonna tell you, it was just another one, because when you put that video, because I'm 31, I think you're a little bit older than I am, but I'm not no old head, but the last I was down south. I was working in South Carolina at his hospital. So at the time I was living with my family. So we moved from this one on this street called Longview Drive.
Right.
So I'm in the front. The front was kind of so I'm sitting there working in ER. So I was like, hey, I'm going to help them. I used to like to go out there and bug some of the coworkers out there. So this girl comes through, white girl, brown hair, brunette with blue eyes. She comes through. I get down here, take down her information and everything else. Kind of find out she lives on that address.
Right.
I was like, you know what? Is that house so and so and so? She's like, yeah. She was like, how'd you know? I was like, yeah, I used to live there, but just moved. So you should come check it out, see what we did to it. So I was like, okay, cool. So I went by the house and everything else. So she's taking me for a tour and everything, and we're sitting in the living room, and we're just sitting there talking, and this dude comes out. And he looks at her, he looks at her, looks at me, he said, yeah, he about to run wherever he's about to run.
Right.
She said, okay, and then he left out. So I thought it was kind of strange. A, I didn't know nobody else besides us in the house, and B, I didn't think nothing about it. He just said he was running, he didn't introduce himself, she didn't introduce him. I was like, okay, cool.
Right.
So about 10, 15 minutes later, we had to kiss and everything else. So I remember, I'll never forget this, because I had the Tuxedo brand condom. I don't know where I got it from, but I just know I pulled it out, and we started fucking.
Wow.
Kind of find out that is her living fiance.
Wow. See?
And dude, yo, man, and we kept the thing going until I came out here and moved to Philly.
Right.
But it was just like, yo, you kept sitting there talking about those stories, man. Hey, I mean, it just, I don't know. I'm with you on that.
No, that's the real shit because
that's what you try to do.
Nah, and
I also don't want to, just like you said, scare people off. But you do have to be
right.
aware of what you're actually getting into.
Right, and that's the thing.
Not getting into, but potentially what could happen.
And that's the thing is that, see, you went through the same shit. You feel what I'm saying? And there's a lot of guys who've never went through that, so they don't know. They're like, that just sounds crazy to them. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, but you have firsthand experience, and it's like a lot of dudes don't. So it's like they're just it's unbelievable to them. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of guys, they need to understand that this is the type of shit that goes on because the thing is, if I'm sure when you were watching the video that I was doing, you was probably like, yo, I feel you on that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, because because when I hear other dudes tell me, I'm like, dude, I know exactly what the fuck you talking about. You feel what I'm saying? But there's a lot of cats that don't know because they haven't been there. You know what I mean? And so this is why I want to tell these dudes like, yo, this shit is popping off. Even my dude, My dude Alan Roger Curry was talking about this too. Where he was talking about, you know, how he was messing with some chick who was with some dude and all this other stuff. And while I heard him saying it, I'm like, dude, I'm thinking like, yo, I totally get where the fuck you coming from, my dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I've been through the same shit. You feel what I mean? And so that's the thing that guys got to understand, that like chicks are really out here, you know, getting it in. You feel me? But yo, listen.
Oh yeah.
I appreciate the call, bruh. I gotta go because I gotta wrap this up. So I'm about to
All right, man. Yeah, you take care.
But yeah, appreciate the call, man. I'm gonna holler at you. But yeah, man. But yo, listen, guys. I appreciate you guys coming through. It is about that time. I gotta get ready for the Steve the Dean show, the Dating Advice Hour. So make sure you guys come through and check that. I'm probably gonna do another live joint maybe this Wednesday. And next week, I might have Amina Zena back on. Okay, I might have Amina Zena back on next week. And we, you know, we'll try to get that shit popping. Remember, guys, make sure you go to patreon.com/Mr. Locario to join the Patreon. Also, make sure you guys get How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. Get the ebook, the hard copy, and the audiobook. Okay, make sure you guys join, you know, get that. And also make sure you guys join the Bad Boy membership, where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month. And remember that the Patreon and the Bad Boy membership are 2 different things. So you can join the Bad Boy membership and you can join the Patreon, because there's 2 totally different things on each of those things. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, it's gonna, you definitely should, you know, join both of those. You feel what I'm saying? Because on the Patreon, I'm dropping this, you know, a lot of exclusive stuff, and on the Bad Boy membership is always some exclusive step-by-step stuff that you guys need to get. And for those who was even asking me too, you know, because this one dude hit me up and he's like, yo, you know, he said, should I join the Bad Boy membership, or does, you know, he said, does it make sense to join the Bad Boy membership? Because, you know, he's watching the free videos on YouTube. And so what I told him is like what I always said, the free videos are not giving you what's on the Bad Boy membership. You understand? So always say like this, is like, I always say it's like a sandwich. The free videos I'm giving you on YouTube is just the bread, right? Just the bread. So you're getting a little something, but it's just the bread, right? But on the Bad Boy membership, you're getting the bread, the lettuce, the cheese, the meat, the pickles, the onions, the all of the shit. You're getting the whole sandwich. You're getting the step-by-step stuff of how to do shit, right? And so make sure, this is why you got to join the Bad Boy membership, because if you're just seeing the free videos, you're not getting as much as you would be getting if you're on the Bad Boy membership. You understand? That's really what it is. But yo, I want to shout out all of you guys out here who was in the chat room. I appreciate you guys coming through today. That's what's up. We had almost like 100 and maybe 30 people live today watching. That's what's up. So, dude, what 2 and 2 said, what's my ritual routine before I go out at night? Shit, I don't really have a routine. I just make sure I'm dressed and smelling good, and then I keep that shit pushing. You feel me? But yeah, I want to shout out everybody in the room. Chris G, Dude What 212, Davino, Savage D Savage, H4, what's going on? Kyo, who else we got here? Annon, what's going on? The Alpha Male, Michelle Cobre, Shakul Bell, who else we had up in here? Killer Boy J, Sean Steed, Durrell S, 3 Kings, who else? CB was popping, Henry Holden, Vershawn Hawkins was good. Who else we had up in here? Let's see. Kobe, what's going on? Who else? Jervis Horton. Yeah, we had a lot of people. 630 Boy was popping. Thanks for the call. Who else we had up in this place? Femdy, my dude Femdy was in the building. Nukerbot, Jimmy McLeod. Then who else we got up in this piece? Shit. Oh Dammy, what's going on? Greg John. He Didn't Succeed was up in the building. Yo, He Didn't Succeed. I saw your video, man. Come on, son. Yo, He Didn't Succeed. You need to call next week or something. You need to call in. For real, for real. Yo, He Didn't Succeed. You definitely need to call. If I have Amina Zena on here next week, He Didn't Succeed need to call in. Okay? We need to do a intervention with He Didn't Succeed. Okay? Oh, my goodness. Who else we got in? Waterzone 10, what's going on? Chris G. Adisa Gemma. And Ellie Empire. Mike 23. We had a lot of people up in here. I appreciate every last one of you up in the spot. And listen, I will be back live maybe Wednesday, but definitely Friday. The Steve the Dean show is at 6 p.m., so 20 minutes from now. So make sure you guys go to Steve the Dean's Facebook, to his YouTube channel. Or what you can do is make sure you guys friend me on Facebook. Type in Hashim Trends Locario. Friend me on Facebook, and I always have the links there, so you can just hit the links there. You feel what I'm saying? So H4, so the membership is $97. So make sure you go and check that. And the Patreon, you can get on the Patreon for as low as $10. So make sure you guys check all those out, all right? So that's pretty much it. I will see you guys soon. Thanks for tuning in. And remember, guys, the truth is in